Yeah, what's happening, people? We're back again. It's Arsenal Unfiltered. It's 12th man, and we're a couple of men down tonight. No strict toe and yard man. Well, I say no yard man. He might rock up. There's no reply from him, man. Stinker and hooked. Sometimes he just rocks up. Sometimes he doesn't. But we've got Marty in the house. We've got Premsy in the house. And we've got African Gooner who's jumped on. Big up to you, boys. How are we?
I'm all good, mate.
Man.
I'm all good.
All good.
Good, man. Listen, back off air, we were saying that the season is over. And Marty reminds us that the season's not over. We've still got 2 games, even though it feels rather deflating and it's nothing but pride. We've got to try and hang on to second place. We are going to talk a little bit about that game at the weekend, of course, on Sunday against Newcastle. Whoever wins that pretty much sews up second place, which no one's really happy with. We all want first, but, you know, it is what it is this season. We know the reasons why. We're not going to go into that again tonight. We're going to look towards the bit of the future, really. The last few shows, we've tried to do that. And it's quite hard on the Arsenal roundabout to do that because Higuain normally crashes it. And then we've got normally, you know, Lee Gunner crashing it and all on this. So actually, it's quite hard to do that. But tonight, we're going to try to do that and talk a little bit towards the transfer window. I saw Curtis earlier was with Ben Jacobs. Ben Jacobs expecting a big summer for Arsenal. David Ornstein and Sammy Mockbell expecting a big summer for Arsenal, of course, Fabrizio Romano as well. Some of the most reliable that people suggest of journalists expect a big summer, and that's where we're going to look at tonight. I'm going to start with you, Prems. Look, the season's not been a great one. If I'm honest with you, I know it's not over. We could still see 3 teams in London lift a trophy that ain't us. Palace, Chelsea and Spurs. It kind of hurts, if I'm honest. If they don't, then it's going to be Man City or Manchester United. And for you, it's just as bad. So it's either one of us is going to be in the mud, mate, or all of us are, to be honest with you. But I think looking forward, we know the reasons why we weren't good enough this season, man. I don't think we need to go over them. What I think we've got to try and do is remain a little bit positive going into the summer, at least. We know what the football was about and everything on the pitch is completely different to what we're going to talk about now. But it looks like this Victor Gyökeres deal, bruv, could happen. Now, I'm hearing good things about him. I'm hearing good things about the deal, and there's potential for this to be the number 9 that Arsenal have so badly needed for the best part of 5 years now, since Aubameyang has obviously gone. What do you think of the player? What's the likelihood of this happening, do you think? And would this excite you?
Do you know what? I can't sit here and say I know so much about him because I'll be lying. Obviously, I've probably done what most people have done, watched the odd sporting game, seen him in the Champions League here and there against Man City, etc. Looked at him on YouTube and he does look like a player. Even when he played against us, when we beat them, he looked like there was a player in there. You could see he was strong, fast, physical. So it is somebody that we need, definitely. Whether he's going to suit Arsenal's style of play, we're going to have to wait and see. We're going to have to see how Arteta adjusts him into that front line. But we definitely need a striker, Dan, and we've been crying out for it for years and years and years. I don't think it's just one striker we need. I honestly believe we need 2. I think we need 2 different profiles of striker. I think Jesus, very unreliable, gets injured all the time. Can't rely on him. Havertz, we've seen him being utilised in the midfield. If we end up picking up injuries in the midfield, he'll end up going there. So there's room for 2 strikers. I think with Berta coming in this season, I think that's a statement of intent. I think he's a very, very good sporting director, and I think he will get a lot of deals done over the line. And also the experience he's had dealing with Simeone, I think it's going to make it a doddle dealing with Arteta. So I'm going to be interested to see what happens. We didn't spend no money in January, so I do believe Arsenal are going to go out there and spend big. I think this season the club they're a bit embarrassed to a certain degree as well. I think Arteta feels a bit embarrassed. I think the club feels a bit embarrassed. I think the players feel a bit embarrassed, and so they should, because really and truly this is the year we should have been picking up some silverware. So we just got to wait and see in it. We've got to hope for the best in the transfer window. We've got to make sure the signings that do come in do impact the team and take us in the right direction, because if they do come in and they don't really have the impact on the team that we think they're going to have, it is definitely night for Arteta in it. I'm telling you now, this will definitely be his last season. I think even the board, I think the fans that are optimistic and positive with him, I think they'll start getting tired of it as well. So it is a massive, massive summer for Arsenal Football Club. You touched on maybe Chelsea and Tottenham and Palace winning trophies. For me, it's mad because the Europa League final, you got United and you got Tottenham, and I know it sounds mad, but I hate United more than I hate Tottenham. So it's a lose-lose situation, isn't it, really? So it is a bit bad.
It is lose-lose, man. Man United and Spurs. Wolfie said earlier, it's like asking, do you want diarrhea or constipation? It's absolutely horrendous, really. And I can't lie, I'm taking Man United to win it. I know Prems is going to have a nightmare, but I can't see Tottenham winning this, man. I really can't. It'd be awful, I think. But
But
look,
you know what? United have problems, yeah. Quickly, United have problems with Premier League teams, isn't it? And that's what the situation is. Tottenham's a Premier League team. United might have a big problem with them
they've
because
beaten
as
them
much
three
as
times already, you know. Beaten them three
exactly,
times
bro.
already. It'd be very Spursy not to win this, but yeah, something in the back of my mind thinks Spurs are going to win it. But I have said that Man United are going to just because I want them to. So yeah, it's not a good look, man.
They've already won it before, so like hearing them win it again, really, of course, it sucks. But compared to Spurs
Yeah.
winning a European trophy before us, I just wouldn't be able to handle that. So yeah,
But just staying on the summer as well. I think Thomas Partey staying at the football club's massive. I think we need to sign him up.
well, that's
real,
not. We can
because
talk about that because that's not
it's
entirely true because he wasn't pictured in
well.
the pictures today. So we're not sure if he's going to stay or not. But we can talk.
No, I
about
don't know. I feel like whether he stays or not, in my opinion, he's massive for this football club. When Thomas
Absolutely.
Partey isn't on this pitch, yeah, the levels drop massively. In that midfield, it's crazy. And Zubimendi might come in. However, we don't know how he's going to take to the pace of the Premier League. That's going to be a big risk to go and put a player in that we don't know how it's going to kind of turn out when we're definitely going to be pushing for the league and we want to be winning that league. It'd be good to add Zubimendi in, let him settle in as well, and then potentially the following season or the season after letting Partey go, in my honest opinion. But that's a massive deal that we need to get done because I can't really see anybody coming in and really doing Partey's job better than him in this current team at the moment. And that's meaning anyone that we're going to buy and players that we could buy, probably unrealistic targets that I would probably go for. So snap him up, sign him in. That's big for Arsenal this season. Also, we've got to have a look at getting William Saliba snapped up as well, getting his signature signed. These are big moves for Berta to make as well. And I think he will. I'm going to give some faith to this guy. I think he's come with a good pedigree, and I think he will do well at Arsenal Football Club. I won't be surprised if we spend 300, 400 million this summer. I know it sounds mad. I won't be surprised. I wouldn't be.
400 is a big number, my friend. Never happening.
Not in this day and age. It's not when you're seeing Chelsea spend $1 billion and that in the season.
We'll spend 200.
Not that big.
I think 400 is
No. I'm saying I know what you're saying is mad, but I wouldn't surprise me. Look, I didn't know we would go out there and spend 100 million on Declan Rice. I never ever thought Arsenal would be capable of going out there and splashing 105 million in it. But if we do go and get a few like a Rodrigo or Zubimendi, Victor Gyokeres, the budget's going to be going hefty already. That's just on 3 players, and we are going to have to add players to the squad with potential players leaving the squad as well. So it is kind of like a mini revamp of the team, which isn't going to be cheap, especially when you want to bring quality in to get you over the line and win the league.
Yeah, look, I've got to be real. I think that we're going to go mad. I don't think we're going to go near 400, 500, but I think it wouldn't be a shock if we got close to 300 million this summer from what we're hearing in terms of how many players we link with and the price that they would cost. I don't know about you, African Gooner, you hear a lot more than me, and I know that you're always on X. You're definitely on X more than I am, that's for sure, talking about transfers. So I don't know what you're hearing, bro, in relation to that and what Andrea Berta is going to be for this club, which I think is going to be a positive.
Yeah, so just a couple of points on that. I think first let's talk about Gyokeres. It's a very interesting one. I've wanted Gyokeres for about 2 or 3 seasons now. I think like Premzi said, like didn't know about him much apart from maybe 2 seasons ago when he started scoring and banging in goals. And I said, okay, who is this guy? Realized that he played in the championship, realized that he's competing with Isak in the Swedish national team. So started paying attention more to him and then just saw that he's just a natural goal scorer, and this guy just loves to score goals. And at the time, obviously, still wanting to replace Aubameyang, giving Kai Havertz the chance I think he deserved, and I do think he's overperformed my standards at Arsenal, but still not obviously the final product for me. And knowing that we need to upgrade on that, I have been looking for a striker for a long time. Now on Gyökeres, it's really interesting because Man U were always leading the race for him in the past season and a half. And Arsenal was never really considered a real contender for Gyökeres. If I remember correctly, when I was reporting in December, David Ornstein came out and said that Arsenal was not interested in Gyökeres at all. He was not in our priority list, and that we were not on his list at all. So to see that 6 months down the line that this is completely turned around and that now we are the front runners for him makes me very happy. And as Premzi said, I think that all has to do with Andrea Berta, who has come in. I think, as he said, the club has showed ambition. They showed a statement of intent to sign someone that is proven, that has dealt with the elite, and that has kind of like a little book, maybe not as dirty as the book that Sanyeli had when he got Pepe, but he has that book. And that's why we needed someone in January that was going to be able to take out his phone and pull up someone's number and just say, hey, I need you to come to Arsenal, and start using his connections. And that's really what I'm hoping that Andrea Berta will be able to do this summer for Arsenal, is be able to find and think outside of the box when we're not able to get our plan A or plan B. Because what we've seen over the past year and a half, over the past 3 seasons or 3 transfer windows, is that Arteta didn't want to pull the trigger on those plan A's, and we've suffered from it just waiting to get our priority signings. And now it seems like Sesko is not even our priority signing anymore. So on Gyökeres, it looks quite positive, 60 million below his release clause. Fabrizio said this for 2 months now, that there's basically been a verbal agreement between Gyökeres and Sporting that they'll let him go for 60 million. We're talking about a 5-year contract. We're talking around £200,000. I think it's still too early to get excited. Of course, as Arsenal fans, we're going to get very excited. But I still think there's some twists and turns in this saga. Let's see if Man U win the Europa League. It might change something, right? You might say, look, maybe I want to go to Man U. They're going to be in the Champions League. They're offering me more money. We have no idea, right? So it's kind of open cards with that. But I think something that is important to note is that we were not interested in him. He was not interested in us. And now it's completely changed, which is a great positive for me. And I do think he can be successful for us. And I do think, thinking about the price tag, it allows us to spend a lot of money in other areas for us. In terms of Zubimendi,
you know what? That's a great point. Sorry to interrupt
no,
you. That's a really great point about the United situation. And I think that's why probably Arsenal are trying to move fast to get this one tied over, because realistically, they do get Champions League football. 9 out of 10, you're going to want to go to the manager that you've already played for. You know what I mean? He's picking you every week. So, very good point, bro. Sorry for interrupting you.
And on Zubimendi, I mean, look, we've known since January. We've been going for him since last season. I think when we got Marino, we were obviously going for him, and somehow we ended with Marino and said, look, we're going to come back for Zubimendi. That gave us kind of positive contract talks, positive relationships with Real Sociedad, who we've already signed players from before in the past, and we have a good relationship with. So I'm very surprised that Arsenal's actually signed and done business before the window opens. When have we seen that, right? Proactiveness. This is what we're asking for. And this is what I need to see with the striker. Within the first 3 weeks of the window, I have to see a striker signed. Irrespective if Zubimendi's announced and Joan Garcia, who's the goalkeeper, who we'll talk about as well, is signed, we have to see the striker signed. So great to see Zubimendi signed. I agree with Premzi. I do think that this summer is going to be a positive one for Arsenal. 400 million. I mean, look, bro, I would love that. That'd be a.
I said 3, 4. Man, I'm not. He's trying to fucking kill me off there. That's what you're trying to do to me.
200 million to 250 million is right.
But you know what I'm saying? It's not impossible to be spending them kind of figures, because the team needs it. Believe me, the team needs it.
Premzi, don't put that in your mind. My perspective is, if you have that number in your mind, even if we spend 250, 300 million, there might be some disappointment.
No, I don't. To be fair, Arsenal can't disappoint me anymore, bro. Fucking hell, man. Like, trust me, you don't understand. But I just have a feeling. I just have a feeling with us getting to the semi-finals of the Champions League, if we do finish second, obviously that's more money in the bank. We haven't really got any worries with PSA. All of that kind of shit does come into play in it. So we didn't spend any money in January. Players will come off the books. Wages will come off the books. It'll free up funds for us to actually go out there. And if we want to be serious, put some money down in it. Do you know what I mean? It's not always about money, but get the right players. The right players are going to cost peas.
But it'll be about the sales. We will spend 150 million, I believe, of our own money. And I think the rest of that is going to be funded by whatever sales we get, whatever money we get. We're going to use that and inject that. And the total will be around 200 to 250 million. That's how I see this window happening for me. I need a striker. I need a left winger. I need Zubimendi replacing Jorginho. But I need an attacking midfielder. I'm sorry. I do not want to rely on Odegaard next season. I believe he could be better. But again, we talk about the big elite teams like Man City having 2 players in every position that can, just come into the team banging. And we don't have that in attacking midfield. I don't see Nelson staying. I think we get rid of him. I don't think we rate Fabio Vieira, because we would have recalled him in January when we were so desperate. And when I say so desperate, I mean so desperate for any attacking intent or attacking threat in our team. And not only did we not go buy someone or loan someone, but we didn't even go to our plan C, which is to recall one of your own that cost us nothing. And the fact that Arteta made that decision means to me that, for me, Fabio Vieira is off this summer. So I want to see someone else. It's not going to be Nipan. We already know he's going to Aston Villa. So whoever that might be, 15, 20 million, El Kunus from Leicester City, go get that guy for 20 million. It's like a no-brainer for me. We're going for a center back. We've been linked with 3 or 4 already. Not to replace Saliba. I think Kiwior probably is going to be the one that's on his way out.
Tomiyasu as well, probably looking.
Tomiyasu's injured until December, so we can't really do anything. I don't think we sell him, but
for the future, he's definitely going, definitely.
Yeah, he's going to go, obviously, but not now. And Jesus, let's see how he recovers, but I think we want to sell him as well. So, as we all said, lots of business for Arsenal to do this summer. It's, Arteta's last summer transfer window, in my opinion. There's no more excuses. This has to be the last season. I mean, there's really nowhere to look anymore, right? You're saying you need the striker. You're saying,
to be honest with you, we should have got Ancelotti. If Ancelotti's going to Brazil and that,
well, Premsi, we know that the club was never going to get rid of him this summer. He's done great things for the club. As much as we say that he's made mistakes, he also has done very good things for the club. You have to be balanced when we look at Arteta, and we also have to be sensible and say, okay, if we're going to replace him, what is it going to take? How long is it going to set us back? And all these different conditions. It's not just as easy as saying, "Oh, he didn't do it. He spent."
Yeah, but that's a lot of what if this, what if that. But Ancelotti coming in, for me anyway, that's a proven manager that I know within a couple of years something's happening. You get me? Serious manager.
I don't think the board is ready to pull the trigger on him, if I'm being honest. I think if this situation happened next season and he was available, definitely would be pushing for that as an Arsenal fan, saying, hey, I think it's time. But I think Arteta has one more season. He's got to do it now. There's nothing left. There's no more excuses. Everybody knows he's been calling out. Apparently in January, he said he really needed a striker, which I don't believe. I think it's all PR. I think the club knew this. We've seen Arsene Wenger come out and talk about Chamberlain, playing him against Liverpool before selling him. We've seen this with Sanchez. So why don't we think that Arteta is capable of doing the same thing? Why are we being blinded? Arsenal and PR are like the best. With our marketing, we are incredible. I truly believe that Arteta and the board had made an agreement in January saying, hey, I don't think any of my priority targets are available in January, so I'm not going to pull the trigger. But we don't want the fan base to turn on me and say we're not trying. So we're going to push out saying that we're trying. And we know what we're doing. We don't really care really what the fans think at the end of the day. It's the club's decision, right? And I really think that that's what happened. And we waited until the summer. We knew since February 3rd that this was how it's going to play out. We made a semifinal, which was great. We scored some free kicks. But in truth, we really don't have any attacking threat. And we've been struggling with that all season. And that's what happened against PSG. We did create chances, but we're just not clinical enough. And we need that striker who's Gyokeres for me.
Look, man, there's a lot that we've covered there. There's a lot of positions that we're obviously aware that we need. And I'm with you, African Gooner. I think they're exactly what we need. Marty, what are you expecting this summer for Arsenal? Prems is saying we're going to spend a lot of money. African Gooner believes we need 4, 5, maybe even 6 players. What are you telling me, bruv?
Yeah, I mean, some interesting points that you boys put out. They really are. And I think where I stand with it, it's like literally like a jigsaw. We're a few pieces away from completing it, and that's all you need sometimes. I really don't think. I think we've proven that we are not far off the pace at all. I mean, Champions League this year, we were literally probably a couple of players away from getting ourselves into a final and potentially putting it over the line. And the Premier League, obviously, we were a couple of players, and we had a host of injuries. I really like the Zubimendi signing, and I'll tell you why. Everyone said, I just heard in this, you're saying, whether, he can adapt to the pace of the Premier League. It's for me probably more whether the Premier League can adapt to the pace of Zubimendi. Because Zubimendi is a complete tempo setting midfielder. He controls games, literally. This is a midfielder that Spain bought on for Rodri in the Euros. That's how good this guy is. He has the potential to be the best midfielder potentially in the world. With the ability he has, he's the sort of player that sees a pass before the ball comes to him. He is a tough tackler. He knows his way. He's a very, very intelligent footballer. He reads the game. He's not the biggest, but he's quick. He's fit. He stays fit. He's agile, and he has the ability to move the ball around. And what we lack in big games sometimes is we either have two ways of playing. It's either all out attack or we're defending for our lives. We don't really have that player apart from Jorginho, who is past his best, that will put his foot on the ball and move the ball around into areas that are safe for us and completely dominate the game. And that's what you get with a player like Zubimendi. He's a class operator, and that's why Real Madrid, Liverpool have been chasing him for couple of seasons, and he's always wanted to go to Arsenal. And any player that really wants to go to Arsenal is always a good look. I love that. And then you talk about Gyökeres.
Martin, sorry, Martin, can I just quickly touch on that point with you there? Sorry before I forget.
Please.
Obviously, he's good inside that because I don't know too much about him. I'm only just judging off what I've seen. And to be fair, the only games I've seen are the United ones, and that ain't a great Manchester United team. And he did nothing in there to really impress me or really show me that he dominated that midfield. So, like, obviously, I'm guessing this must be over a prolonged period of time. You've watched him then, is that right?
Yeah, it is a long. I've watched the guy over a period of time. It's like anything. You know, you could put Cristiano Ronaldo in with Dorking FC, and against a top side, and they're going to be all at sea. Like the Real Sociedad team that he's playing in ain't the greatest of teams. Let's be honest. And he was kind of a bit all at sea against the United side. It wasn't really down to him too much. But also, listen, players do have bad games here and there.
I do hear you, but that United side is shockingly shit, though, bro. Come on. Like, it isn't very great at all, innit? You know what I mean? And look, really and truly, even if you are in a bad team...
Their league form's not great. Their league form's not great at all, but they're in the final of European competitions, so they must be all right. They must have a way of playing in some competitions. And also, don't forget, they beat us essentially and knocked us out the FA Cup.
Yeah, but
come on.
Tournaments different, isn't it? Anything can happen in tournaments. That's why you get tournaments, isn't it? But your league indicates where you're actually at and what you like, innit? I'm just saying from what I've seen, obviously a lot of the description that you give from him, saying whether the Premier League's going to be ready for him and all that. Like I did, obviously going off what I've only watched, I haven't seen any of that. So this is where I think we shouldn't just put too much pressure on a guy to come in and say, right, that's it, it's all on you. Because if we don't win that league, you know what Arsenal fans are like, mate. He's getting it straight away. There's going to be a lot of pressure. That's why if we integrate him into the team and he can help us like that, I think it might work better.
But I also do think when you're on 150 grand a week or whatever, I think getting it, as you say, is part and parcel of being a professional football player, and they've got to be able to take the criticism because they are very, they're professional athletes, they're professionals, and any professional in whatever you do, whether you're a gardener or whether you're a football player, if you're a professional, you will take criticism accordingly, and you'll deal with it, and you'll learn how to assess it, and you'll learn to learn from it and move forward. And especially, they're paid and rewarded handsomely, and it's a privilege to play for, especially in this case, Arsenal Football Club. So you've got to take it on the chin, and if you ain't got the mettle and you ain't got the strength, then sorry, you're not the right person for the club. That's how I see it. And that's it. Anyone who should be grateful enough to play football at this highest level. It's part and parcel of it. You've got to be able to, soak up the pressure and deal with it. That's why they're some of the highest paid people on this planet. And that I don't think there's any other way around it. So of course there's going to be bundles of pressure that goes with it. Why wouldn't there be? You're playing for a huge football club.
Not only that, Marty, I think just to back up your point, a couple of things. One, the fact that Liverpool and Real Madrid are in for him tells you everything you need to know about the player, right? Like, no, those two teams are elite teams. They wouldn't be going for him if he wasn't good. I think personally that the fact that
Real Madrid was also after Havertz as well before we were.
Yeah, but
Havertz, I wouldn't say he's world class or one of the best players that are going to the Premier. You know what I'm trying to say? So you know what I mean, dog?
I think the fan base is not as excited about him because he's come one season too late. And also the fact that everyone is so focused on the attacking signings that any other signing right now, even like a signing like Garcia for 15, 20 million, people are like, no, too much money. We don't need to spend. We are not thinking logically. We're not thinking bigger plan. We're just thinking, we only want to see the striker and attacker. We need to see everything. Yes, we need to
be honest with you, bro, obviously you can't really speak for me and it may be speaking for other people, but best believe, bro, when it comes to me, bro, I'm very direct with my football club. My opinion's my opinion in it. So I'm saying, no, I can't. If you listen to anything I just said before, when I was saying to Marty, I haven't watched enough of it. All I've said is the games that I have seen him in, which is really kind of 2 games against United. The description Marty give off him about the Premier League won't be ready for him, and this, that, and the other. I'm saying I just haven't seen any of that description in what he's given them 2 games. So what I'm saying is that doesn't give me full-on confidence yet just to think, right, now we could just let Partey go because he's coming in. Does that make sense?
Premsy, just quickly on that note, I'm not saying let Partey go.
Yeah,
I'm saying,
right, okay. So that's
no,
what he was
I'm
basically
not
saying, bro.
For me, Partey needs to sign a year or 2 year extension. Thomas Partey's currently one of the best CDMs in definitely European football, and I believe, you know, this is the thing. It's having the depth in those positions, and definitely look, there will be a sort of like settling in period. I get that, where it might take a few games or 5 games. You had it with Thierry Henry. It took him 5-6 games to score a goal. Like, these things do happen. I get it. It might take him 10 games, but I do generally believe when he gets going and he's fully settled, he will be that midfield, that missing link in the midfield that we need, like the Gyökeres signing. You know, we've been crying out for an out-and-out goal scorer, and he is that sort of player that can play off the shoulder. He's very direct. He can run through. He's not afraid to shoot from outside the box. He's not afraid to take players on. He's good in the air. You know, he's good in the box. He's a great finisher. And it might take him a few games to settle in. You know, as much as I'd love him to hit the ground immediately running, but, you know, there is always that. Is he the sort of player Lee said, Gyökeres, I've liked him for a period of time. I just think he fits. When they were talking about Sesko, even some ways maybe more than Isak. His injury record's good. He's scored 53 goals in all competitions this season with 23 or 26 assists. Now that shows that with that amount of assists as well, he's a team player, and he's going to help, you know, with build-up play, and he's going to help, you know, and he's going to score goals. He's clinical. And he's steadily improved every season. For me, he's more ready-made. He's 26 years old, so he'd be in the prime of his life, and he's an ideal candidate to take that role. And at 60 million for a world-class striker, it's
what's his best role? What's his best position?
Who? Gyökeres?
No.
Zubimendi.
Zubimendi is a
CDM.
He's
going to play with Lewis-Skelly inverting with him, and then Declan Rice is going to play 8, and then Odegaard.
You what?
Right.
Lewis-Skelly's the left back.
Yeah, but he plays inside when we have the ball, so that's why I'm saying it's going to be a pivot of Zubimendi, and whoever's playing left back that's inverted, then Declan Rice will push, and Martin Odegaard will push. That's how. Let me bring
these couple in, then I'll bring in Yardman. Big up to you, bro. Boston says that the players not involved in the new kit launch today were Neto, Tierney, Zinchenko, Tomiyasu, Partey, which is interesting, Jorginho, Jesus, and Sterling. Now, the reason I say it's interesting, maybe it's not to some, Partey's not signed yet with us, so I suppose they're not going to put him in the new kit if he isn't going to be 100% staying. Shaitanya has also come in and said, get Gyökeres and Rodrigo in before pre-season. It's a solid front three. Extend Partey. Waneri should at least get 20 starts, and Partey should not get more than 20. Mikel's squad management is piss poor. Yardman, those names that are being mentioned, Zubimendi, Rodrigo, Gyökeres, new goalkeeper who actually John Garcia now looks like
you're on mute as well.
Who's on mute? Am I?
No.
Me.
Yeah,
it's okay. I can hear.
Joan Garcia looks like he's going to Newcastle from what we hear today. Now that looks like it's advanced talks from what I'm hearing. But a goalkeeper and a defender. A lot to do for Berta and Arteta, Yardman. What are you telling me?
Like I hear that Gyökeres is on the verge of signing, and I believe that's a good signing. Yep. He haven't played much in the Premier League. He played in the Champions League, and he leave from Swansea straight to Portugal. He scored more goals in our competition than what he play. And you know what? Instead of we hear, like, I'm not going to say who's out there, but if we look out there right now, like, he's one of the centre forward that has been scoring goals. It doesn't matter the league that he's in. We're going to put that aside because we know the Premier League is tough. We know La Liga, Bundesliga. We know all of those leagues they're going to have, but the Premier League is just a different kettle of fish. If you can go in the Championship and score a goal, come on. The Championship is nothing easy. You understand? And he beat but when he left Swansea, he scored 20 goals, and he left go to Portugal, club and country. He been scoring goals. I mean, linking up with Isak, That's going to be a formidable front two to reckon with. And I believe that we need somebody who's going to put the ball in the back of the net. That's it. And he's looked like the one. We're not going to get Isak. Nobody going to get Isak right now. Isak's still on a 3-year contract. Newcastle look like they're going to get champion. Not look like they're odds on getting Champion League. Just win a trophy with them. I mean, come on, the guy have no desire to leave Newcastle. You understand? So we can take Isak out of it because he's not going nowhere for nobody. Moving on from that, we know that we have that Nigerian kid that at
Osimhen.
in Italy, Osimhen. Do we really want Osimhen?
He's gonna fight with Arteta. We want him, but he's gonna fight with Arteta. He's like Aubameyang. There's no way.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I said. Do we really want him? That's not what we really want him. Can Mikel Arteta manage him?
No,
because we know that he's not a Mikel Arteta type player. Same like Ivan Toney is not. Mikel Arteta needs somebody who's like a sheep, who's going to listen to him and doesn't give back any talk. So Gyökeres at the very present moment, you know what? We have to just the main thing for me, take what we can get ready for preseason, get all the players them as much as possible, get ready for preseason because we don't want when the Premier League start, we're still in the transfer market. We don't want that. We want these players to come in, get their preseason done and ready. Benjamin Sesko is another one that I would really like to get. And the reason for that is he is a really good midfielder as well. And he's like a Declan Rice type midfielder if you watch him play. He's a Declan Rice. I mean, people saying, is he ready for the Premier League? But guess what? We will never know until we give them the opportunity. We'll never know. So for we to sit here and say, is this player ready? Is that player ready? Is that player going to score the goal? Is that player? Look at sorry to come off the point, but look at Mo Salah. He was at Chelsea, score against Arsenal, everybody. Then he was playing on the right wing, I believe. And then Chelsea just let him go. Yeah, he went over to Italy. Italy went in it. Roma. And then Jurgen Klopp bring him back in and look at it. He can get a statue when he leave Liverpool. Who did ever think that Mo Salah would have come back and be the best Premier League player for over at 5 seasons in a row? The guy has been scoring 30+ goals for nearly 5 seasons counting. Yeah. So we have to give, we need an out and out striker. We need a number 9, but we have to just hope and pray. When we get that striker, Mikel Arteta does not fiddle with him. Play him in his best position, play to his strength, and let's move on from there. Like I said, we need midfielder. We need even Nico Williams. We need it. We need Nico Williams as well. I'm not gonna say that I don't rate Martinelli. I'm a big fan of Martinelli. I just believe Martinelli is under the wrong coach. Yeah. And I believe if Martinelli get a better coach who can coach him properly, because he's in his early 20s, he's still young, he's still got a lot to learn, but I don't believe he's learning under Mikel Arteta and the coaching team that is there. Because for a player to dribble with him head down season in, season out, and you're not helping him to try to get rid of that. I mean, if that is him, that is him. Because remember, Lombard is the same. Lombard dribble with him head down. Yeah. And I hear a story where Thierry Henry went in there to Arsene Wenger and said to Wenger that, like, we can't play with him. This guy just never look up. And Wenger said to him, listen, if you want to get the best out of him, go in his eyesight, go closer to him. He will see you. And
bro, his problem is his finishing yard, man. My man can't hit the barn door for fuck all, bro. That's his biggest problem. So
who's that?
Me off the
that's so not true, man.
Martinelli.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, but what do you mean it's so not true? Are you mad, bro? The guy scored 1 goal against Real Madrid and that's so not true. Get out of here, bro. Come on,
guys. This is so unfair. Martinelli is one of the top 3 finishers in our club, man. Yes, he's missed some chances.
If he's one of the top 3 finishers in our club, bro, we are absolutely doomed. We might as well put rocks on our feet and jump in the ocean if that's the case.
So okay then. When we have Martinelli 4 seasons ago, And we look at Martinelli at that time, 4 seasons ago, people said, listen, this player value, anybody need him value over 60, 70 million.
Exactly.
Like, if he's regressing, it's not his fault only because you have a coach. Yeah. So we know there's a player in Martinelli. So we're not going to just flip it and say, oh, he's
bro, is his finishing? Did you not hear
yeah,
what I said?
but all right then.
Finishing
All right then,
is
Prince,
the problem,
listen.
bro.
All right, listen,
Finishing
no?
is the biggest problem,
All
bro,
right then.
for me, bro.
Can I tell you?
There's too many opportunities he gets into, yeah, and he don't put the ball in the back of the net, bro.
You're right.
All right,
It's
then.
not good enough, bro. I don't give a fuck
Can
what
I
anyone
tell
says,
you
bro.
the biggest problem? The biggest problem Martinelli have, yeah? And I don't know if anybody see this. Martinelli ain't not supposed to be playing on the wing. You're killing his game.
Bro.
And I've been crying out for Martinelli to play through the middle for the last 3 years. You go back and listen to AFTV. I said, why you don't play Martinelli through the middle? Worse when we got City, when City used to batter us, Liverpool, all of them, when they played at the eye line. That's Martinelli. Even Sunday, do Newcastle, do you see what Martinelli was? Martinelli all up him, man, and just flashing back down. You're like, listen, man, you like not looking at me. Look. And then nobody, because guess what? Martinelli's strength, play the ball over the top, let him run on it. That's him. That's him. So if you're going to play the ball behind and give him going to play it back to you. So you're going to say Martinelli ain't no good. Everybody miss clear opportunity. Saka miss
against Madrid.
Daylight opportunity, which we know Saka will bury that 9 times out of 10.
Man. He misses too many. In order for us to be successful, bro, our wingers, and our strikers need to be killers, bro. That is the truth of the matter, yeah. And Martinelli
and I'm not saying no, but
he is a bench player, really. He should be coming on the last 20 minutes on the game, yeah, when players are tired, to absolutely run ragged, yeah, and try to change a game if we need to.
Man. You know
we
what?
need somebody more clinical, somebody that's going to be more nimble, somebody who's going to find the pass early, somebody who's going to deliver across early, somebody who's going to get into the box and score the fucking goal. Like, this is what I'm saying, bro. You know, we've had him for a couple of years now, and I'm not hating on the guy. I like the guy, bro. When the guys come in, bro, I'm giving him all his props, but we got to call it as it is, bro. There's so many times, yeah, where Martinelli's been opportunity to put the ball in the back of the net, yeah, and he doesn't do it, bro. You're telling me we can't improve on this guy, bro?
No, we can improve. We can.
No, we're not saying that we can't improve, but do you see when Martinelli playing with Kieran Tierney 2 seasons ago, he's been scoring goals. Okay,
but when he hasn't, you can't just. But listen, when a player's a serious player, bro, it doesn't matter who they got behind them, bro. They'll just pull it out regardless of what.
It's an 11-man sport.
Like Martin Odegaard, for example, when Martin Odegaard hasn't got Saka next to him, he ain't the same guy. That shouldn't be the case.
Agree.
Should not be the case.
Agree.
I agree.
I think, Dan, if I may, on Martinelli, I think Premzi, firstly, about saying he can't hit a barn door. This guy almost broke Firmino's record for the most goals in the league. I just want to highlight that. I know it's in the past, but that does mean that he can score a lot of goals. And as Yardman said, when this kid came into the club,
I don't know, bro.
Let me finish. Let me finish. When he came into the club, we were all excited because we could see a real killer. I hear you, Premzi. He definitely makes a lot of mistakes, but I think he's not. One, he's not in form. He's been played out of position. He's lost confidence. He doesn't try to dribble anymore. He's too much tactics. He's not playing like he is anymore. And I agree with you. We can improve him, but I think we give him one more season. Give him better players and let's see if it unleashes him. Look how when they interchange in the front.
Yeah, but
look how Martinelli plays. Different players.
You have to look at it. Why Martinelli playing at that? Is what he's been coached to play.
It's the coach.
Is Arteta tell him to play? Martinelli is like a machine.
All right, but if that's the theory, then so next season Arteta is going to be the manager in it. So what's going to change?
We need to get in the group.
Exactly in it. So someone else needs to come in, bro.
Yes. Yeah, but it's not Martinelli. But you're blaming Martinelli, and I keep on saying to you,
and I'm not.
Bro, I'm not all right, then you know what
I'm saying is, all right, in 234 games, he scored 51 goals. For me, that's not good enough for my left winger, innit?
I'm not saying no. I'm not saying no.
Oh,
but we didn't.
That's what basically all I'm saying.
Is that fair? Is that fair? If we had a better striker, does he do better? I think he does. That's all I'm saying. If we had a better,
I don't know, bro. All I know is
if we had a better attacking midfielder, right? Better attacking midfielder on his side.
So not for me, because I look, bro. You need to understand that I'm not hating or killing Martinelli. What I'm trying to say is, bro, I'm just using my eyes, watching football, and if everybody here thinks that we can't do better than Martinelli,
I agreed with you.
It's a mad thing, bro. That's all I'm saying, innit?
But
One of
No,
them's going to
nobody
go.
said we
It's gonna
can't
be
do better.
Trossard or Martinelli. One of them's going to go.
Watch, but going into this season,
Trossard.
next season, we need to
Trossard has
win
to go.
something in it. We need to win something next season, innit? This season,
Facts.
like that's coming up, we have to win something. So, what do we need to improve on in it? We need to improve on the areas that we definitely need to improve on. And for me, Saka is boxed, fully clear. If we get Victor Gyökeres, hopefully, fingers crossed, we don't know, but that's a solid striker with good numbers, a good little resume, happy days. Martinelli, he's been here since 17. He's been in this team. Understand that's very young. He's had to learn on the go. He's done very well. He's done exceptional at times. But right now, when the times mattered, he's finding it very hard to get the goals. Yeah, he might have scored against Real Madrid, but I've seen it time and time again. Him get into positions. Against PSG, he had a good few opportunities to put the ball in the back of the net. Donnarumma, good keeper, yeah. I'm not saying that. However, bro, clinical striker, Mane, people like that, it's going in. Bro.
So
but you see with
that's just my opinion, and obviously you guys.
But with Martinelli again,
that's my opinion.
Just one more point on Martinelli. If you realize that Martinelli have nobody feeding him, Martin Odegaard play with Saka. Martinelli have to depend upon him left back and him defender to give him anything. The only time you see Martinelli play good is when Rice go over there to give him a hand. Look when Rice play alongside him. Look when Xhaka was playing alongside him. Martin Odegaard does play with Saka. So you have to remember, this guy has been starved. When him have the ball, there's no...
I get all of that, bro. I get that. This is why I give the guy credit. He does well. He gets in a position. My problem is, bro, when he's in front of the fucking net, bro, he can't put the ball in it.
But Havertz also can. So
it's not his... Yeah, bro. Bro, then you clearly don't know me, bro, then, because before Havertz even come to the fucking club, bro, I was already losing my shit anyway. So, bro, honestly,
players are gonna miss, man. I agree with you. He's not deadly.
Yeah, but not fucking that much, bro. Not that much. When you're Arsenal Football Club and you're going for Champions Leagues and Premier League,
you also
got to put the ball in the back of the net,
so,
man.
Frenzy, we're gonna get an upgrade on him, but I don't think we sell him straight away. We gotta also build the rest of the team.
Nobody said sell him. Nobody said sell him, bro. Nobody said sell him. Against PSG, what was our bench, bro?
Bro, that's Arteta's fault. That's
what
I'm trying to say is we can't just. This is the mindset we have. If we just think, we can't get better than this, or we're gonna have to sell him to get this person, we're never gonna improve as a team and a squad.
Yeah.
No, nobody never said we're not supposed to improve on Martinelli's side. Nobody say that. But when people just gonna look like he's nothing, like we need. Well, look at it. Like if the guy have people around him who can play with help. Because everybody need help at times. Everybody need help. And I don't believe that Martinelli's got underneath the right coach for one. Me personally, I don't believe that the coach is the coach for Martinelli. And when he left, if he left, then you're going to see when that guy drop on that proper coach who going to coach him properly, you're going to see a different player. You're going to see a beast in that guy because in pace alone, we'll do it for him. But moving on from that, like we said, who gonna get? We were saying that that guy, what's his name from Real Madrid?
Rodrigo.
Is Arsenal gonna go for it?
No,
we're gonna say Rodrigo is free.
No, 100 million. We're not gonna go sign him.
We're gonna say that Rodrigo. We know that he's not playing at Real Madrid.
Okay, my man from what's his name? Semenyo, whatever his name.
Semenyo.
There we go.
Yeah,
better than him. Happy days.
Yeah, but like I said, we know how Mikel Arteta stay. What's in the kitty? I think the kitty is about, they said 100 to 150 to 200. That's right here.
Yeah, be more. But look, we just got to the semi-final. Yeah, we got no PSR problems. We hopefully finished second in the league. We didn't spend fuck all in January, bro. They're bringing out kits left, right, and centre, bro. We got a lot more than 150 to spend. Best believe that. I'm telling you now for a fact.
I think it'll be 250 nearer, but I've got to be honest. Like what we're saying, I mean, Marty, I'll come to you. Like, how many players do you think Arsenal need?
Marty's going to sit there with his fingers in his ears by the end of this.
Yeah,
you know what? Do you know what?
And how many players do you think we will get? They're the two questions I need to ask. How many players do we need this summer, and how many players do you think we're going to get?
If I'm honest with you, I think we need 3 players. And I know you, before you lot all jump in on me and go, oh no, we need fucking 15, we need to strip the whole team out their shit, we need to sack the manager and all that. Listen, you've got to understand is you put, let's say hypothetically, you buy Gyökeres. Like, I think that's essentially a done deal, and Zubimendi, right? Then you need a player like an Eze, a Semenyo, or a Rodrigo, or a Kuna, or someone like that. A player that can play across the front three, right? That can fill in if you need to. Also, what you get with Eze, he can play in the 10. He can play on the left. He can play on the right. He's versatile. Similar to Kuna, that sort of player, or Semenyo. And they're game changing. They're quick players. You bring in those players, then on the bench, essentially, let's say you played with, I don't know, Gyökeres, Saka on the right, and then let's say Eze on the left, and Odegaard behind, and Zubimendi and Rice. That's your midfield. That's your front six. Then on the bench, you've got Havertz, you've got Martinelli, you've got Trossard, and you've got Wanyeri. It's not a bad bench.
Martinelli and Trossard won't be on the bench, so you can get that out. Trossard will be leaving. Them two won't be on the bench.
I'm not
telling you.
They're not going to be leaving. Martinelli and Trossard will be at this club next season.
Okay, then you will see. Then that simply means that we're not going to get another right winger or left winger then.
All we need, we've got the money to do it. We've got the money to do it. They've said, like you said, Yardman, they've got 150 million. Gyökeres is 60, Zubimendi's 50. That leaves another 60 million.
No. Matty, hold on,
if you go to Crystal Palace and you throw 60 million quid at them, they will give you Eze in a heartbeat. If you go to any of these clubs, if you go to Bournemouth and offer them 60 million quid for Semenyo, they'll give him. If you go to Wolves and you offer them 60 million quid for Kuna, similar thing. These players are available for that money. That's your free players. That completely and utterly changes everything. It does, because then you've got strength and depth in numbers. Tell me you haven't.
We do. Matty, you're living in a cuckoo land.
Not at all. Not at all. Well, it's unrealistic for us to go and buy 3 players like that.
But Mikel Arteta would never buy. First and foremost, whilst they're living in cuckoo land, Arteta could never coach Konya. He could never coach that guy, and he would look past that guy. He would not even blink to get that guy. You understand? And secondly, that's not all the money spent. So we believe that if Arsenal say they're gonna have 200 million in the kitty, the 200 million not going to spend and play like that. They're not going to go to, you just saying like, go to Crystal Palace and get Eze 60 million. They don't get 60 million right away. So when we say we got money, 200 million doesn't spend like that. You understand? It's not like we're just going to say, oh, here's 60 million upfront, one time done. No, it doesn't work like that.
You pay it in stages and you pay it in installments. You don't.
So, but the type of player them that you are calling out, they will never be an Arsenal player under Arteta. And this is where we have to understand that if we're gonna call off a player, if we need certain player to come to the club, then we have to just bend our mind and say, you know what? Enough is enough. You know what the problem is, that we're afraid. We are so afraid of change, and we just believe that changing because those players that you're calling out,
I'm not afraid of
no, you are afraid. No, you are afraid. You are afraid.
Listen, I'm not afraid of it.
Yo, speak for yourselves.
Hear me out. Let me explain this. I'm not afraid of changing Arteta. In my lifetime, I've seen many a manager come and go. Believe you me, and I ain't had a problem with it. I'm not going to lose sleep over it. But every single player on that team is one of Arteta's players, apart from Saka, because he was already there. Okay. It makes
Martinelli and Saliba.
Whoa, let me talk. Right, it makes absolutely zero sense to sack the manager now after letting him do this complete rebuild process. And at the final hurdle, when you're about to put the final pieces in the jigsaw, go and sack the guy. That's just
but really and truly, them final pieces should have been done.
It's like building up a business. It's like building up a business, and you're just about to put the signs on the front, and you're just about to open the doors, and then you shut the shop or whatever, or you don't pay the rent, or you don't pay the electricity bill. Seriously, it does not make any sense whatsoever. You've got to let the guy play out next season. Go and give him the money this season to go and buy the players, which everyone knows we need. Go and buy the players, and if next season we're shocking and we don't win anything and we go downhill, then his neck's going to be chopped. His head's going to be chopped. It's as simple as that.
Marty,
But you've got to you have got to give him the money this summer to buy the 3 players that we need, right? Go and buy those players. And if then next season we do not do the business, then at the end of it, questions will be asked.
Okay, I totally agree with you, Marty. But my only question to you is then why didn't he pay the rent beforehand? Like, why didn't Arteta buy the strikers?
It doesn't always work like that. It's not just a simple. Listen, everyone's going, in January. Hang on, what? In January, go and buy this player. Go and buy. There's things called PSR. It's not a simple case of just go and buy that player. Also, just quickly, just let me finish. Also, one thing I do really like about Gyökeres, okay, is in January he didn't leave Sporting Lisbon up the creek. Sure. Yeah, he was like, do you know what? I'm going to see out the season. That's
not the question.
No. Hang on. I'm going to see out the season, and then I'm going to go to Arsenal or I'm going to move at the end of the season. Do you know what? I like that. That's called morals and respect in a player, and that is what I like to see. That I don't want to jump ship.
Really and truly, though,
money comes along in the middle of the season. That's not what I want to see. Just one player that just goes, all right, in January, Arsenal come in with a load of money. You know, they're going to pay me this. See you later. That's it. And it's not just everyone thinks that sometimes this is like fantasy football, that you can just go and buy these random players and throw this money around, and then even that, when you do it, you're just guaranteed to win stuff. It doesn't work like that.
You know what though? It doesn't always work like that, but it does work like that at times, because we've seen many teams do it, like Chelsea and Man City, and a lot of other teams do it where they have free money at it.
No,
do
you know what? The
Chelsea thing is from Pellegrini to Mancini to loads of different managers, so it does actually work. The problem is, though, Yardman does have a bit of a point. Arsenal fans over the years, they are objective to change, and they are scared of change as well. And we've seen it through the Wenger times as well. And that is just facts of the matter. Really and truly, Arteta hasn't earned no fucking right, has to have this season. He hasn't earned no right to have this season at Arsenal. Yeah, no, he hasn't. He hasn't. If we're talking facts, really, he hasn't earned no right. You get me? Because really and truly, since he's been here, he spent 800 mil. And he's fucking. He's got to a
800 mil. That works out to be about 130 mil a season, which in today's footballing terms is not a lot of money, not a mad amount of money for a club of Arsenal's stature and size.
Yeah, but we never spent that money.
800 million.
I don't. All I know is when. All right, so when Arsene Wenger was the manager of Arsenal Football Club, and he went out without winning a trophy for. It was coming up to 6, 7, 8 years, and everyone was getting fucking leery about it and wanting him out and had no respect for him and whatever the weather is. They had a right for that, because at the end of the day, he isn't bringing success. This is our most successful manager in Arsenal football history in Arsene Wenger. You get me? He's earned that right to have them couple years on. Yeah, like you said, it's all hindsight. Just saying, Arteta the grass might not be greener on the other side if we got rid of Arteta. But who says we don't get fucking Simeone in and my man wins the league straight away? Arnie Slot's coming and won the league straight away.
Can I just say something on the Arsenal Wenger thing?
To definitely have it. You get me? Like, Arsenal Football Club is massive, bro. Nobody should be concreted at our football club.
No, do you know what? And I'll just say something on that as well. An Arsenal Football Club is massive. It's huge. It's a ginormous football club, right? Okay. And I don't agree with how Arsene Wenger was disrespected at the end of his tenure. I think it's disgusting, if I'm honest with you. Some of that abuse that he suffered. This is a guy that changed world football with his methods and his ways, and the way he was protested against. That's just not my thing personally. I think there's other ways of doing it. Listen, he was going to go. Arsene Wenger wasn't going to stay there any longer. He knew. Arsene Wenger. If people think that he is not that smart to understand when his time's up, then they've got him very wrong.
But come on, Martin. Come on. He should have left when he won that FA Cup, and he stayed one more season. Come on. We can't forget the past. You're talking to Arsenal fans here who know every little thing. I've suffered every little thing.
Really, the bottom line of it is,
okay.
So once Arteta ain't going anywhere.
Let's not go to the Wenger about this. Let's not go to the Arteta.
The bottom line is we just need us to spend $1 billion. If we spend $1 billion, we win.
Martin, my question was, Arteta had the opportunity, and by the way, I hear you. What you're saying is very logical, and it's the struggle that I deal with, because I do think Arteta has done some great things, and I look at the bigger picture and I say to myself, it's logical to give him one more season, even if I don't think he deserves it. And I agree with Premzi. He does not deserve it. He does not have the right to it. But if we're looking at the club strategically and logically, maybe one more season, because he's saying he doesn't have the striker. And except, but my question to you is, why doesn't he have that striker? He had all the opportunities. Actions speak louder than words. I'm not telling you that in January he had to go sign someone because of PSR rules. We could have loaned anybody, and we could have bought back Fabio Vieira. Listen to me, Marty.
You know,
wait.
Oh, mate, don't start talking. Loaning back Fabio Vieira.
Listen to me.
Oh, mate.
Marty, even if it meant nothing, it's all about the actions. If you did that, I would be able to at least back you and say you tried. You didn't do shit. So now how do you want me to turn around and say you know what? And you couldn't even bring back a player that was free.
This is where some people get it wrong. Listen, I'll be honest with you, and I don't care how anyone sees that. Mikel Merino up front, that was a bit of a masterstroke. That was. He's put CDM into number 9, and he's got a team into the semi-finals of the Champions League with a threadbare squad with 12 players that have been out for 7 games plus. I'd like to see anyone else do that. I really would. But just honestly, he's got Arsenal Football Club back into the latter stages of the Champions League. When was the last time Arsenal Football Club were in the latter stages of the Champions League?
Great, amazing.
2009. 2009. It was 2009. Yeah, that was a long time ago. Right. And do you know what? Finally, I'm seeing Arsenal Football Club competing again.
But you know what I say,
we are a couple of players away. I generally believe we are a couple of players away from winning something. That's what I generally think. We are a couple of players, and I believe that we are going to.
Are you trying to say Arteta's got no blame for January because
you still didn't answer my question?
That's wait 1 second. That's mad, bro. Because if you look at Man City, they were down in the dumps, bro. Down in the dumps, not even looking Champions League football. Went out there in January, made a few shrewd signings, and now look at him. They're back up there. Do you know what I'm saying?
So you're telling me Man City spent 150 million quid in January and they're still toilet. What?
Come on, bro.
Come on, mate.
Come on, bro. So where were they when they spent the money? So 1 second, all right. The toilet that could win a fucking FA Cup, innit?
Mate, listen.
No, the toilet
million quid in January. They are not okay, but then you were talking about Premier League form.
But what
nowhere near the Premier League form that they have been over the years.
Bro, but look where they were.
You're talking about a Man City team that have just won 4 Premier Leagues on the bounce, and they dropped off a cliff massively.
I'm talking about a team. I'm talking about a team and a manager that is fucking proactive. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about that. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
We're not Man City, though.
That's exactly what I'm talking about.
We're not Man City.
No, but your point was.
You know what? I don't want to be Man City either.
Your point was, Marty. We couldn't get our first priority targets. That's it. It's done. What kind of fucking stupid strategy is that in business? If you can't get your number 1 target, you don't go and get anybody else. That is nuts.
We didn't have a sporting director. We didn't have a sport. So you do know that's their job to sign players. You see how Bert has just come in now. You see Bert's coming now, and we're starting to get signings going, right? Because we've got a sporting director
yet, bro. Let someone come through the door first.
They have.
Zubimendi. It's a great deal, but it's.
But I don't know. When I see him holding the shirt,
before Berta even arrived at the club. So why are you now going and saying that that's Berta? You know very well, Martin. Come on.
What's that?
FTV, you know
that news was out before Berta got confirmed.
Sorry, I can't hear you both talking at the same time. What's that?
Marty, this signing of Zubimendi was done before. But that was Edu Gaspar and Jason Ato. Everybody knows that. We've already been told that from Ornstein. So that I do agree with you. I do think Berta is going to be great, but I wouldn't say that signing Zubimendi is Berta. We know that that's not true. And you still haven't responded to my point about the fact that we could have brought someone in January, and that is our choice. And forget about January.
I know, but we didn't, did we?
Even the window before Marte. So that's what I'm saying. There's been a couple of chances.
In the window before, we did bring in players, albeit listen, Mikel Merino
or a backup for Saka, Marty. Where is that? We brought Raheem Sterling on free, and Arteta didn't even use him. We brought him, and we didn't even use him. Worse than Dennis Suarez and Kim.
You know what? No, we did use him, and he was rubbish.
No, but you knew he was going to be rubbish. So why did we go get him?
We didn't actually.
Come on, everybody could tell you he was going to be rubbish. Even Chelsea fans knew he was going to be rubbish. Come on.
Oh yeah, Chelsea fans told us that Jorginho was going to be rubbish, but he wasn't, was he?
Come on, were you going to pick out the one?
No. Listen. That's the point. Listen, Chelsea fans told us Jorginho was going to be rubbish. Was he?
No, come on. We know.
No, he wasn't, was he?
We don't need to listen to Chelsea fans. You're a football fan.
So why did you just say Chelsea fans told us he was going to be rubbish then?
Everybody knew he was going to be rubbish. Come on, Marte. My point is...
Yeah, mate, listen, he turned out to be rubbish. He could have been good.
Sign somebody else. That is Arteta's choice. And although he said we wanted to sign players in January and a striker, he didn't show it, and he didn't use his money to spend and buy an attacker. So that's why I'm saying this has to be the last summer. And
well, it's lucky they're going to do that now in this window, isn't it?
No more excuses.
Let me ask this last question, man. Yardman, I want you to come in on this, man, because we do need to come to a close with this question. We're talking about the past. We even brought up Arsene Wenger again somehow. Arteta, what he hasn't done. We all know this. Arteta's staying. Arteta's staying with Berta. I want to know what's happening this summer. Yardman, you can come back on some of the points that have been raised if you wish to. But I want to know what we're doing this summer. How many players you think's coming in so we can try and look towards the future for next season, bro. Talk to me.
We definitely need a goalkeeper. We know that everybody's saying 3-player. Matty's saying 3-player. I don't know what Matty's smoking, because you're just talking. I believe you're just waffling and you waffle too much. The whole point about this year, you're saying that Mikel Arteta have no credit in the bank to get another year. We see Mikel Arteta take you know what? If you look into it, this guy asks us to trust the process. Or the process or whatever I'm asked you to trust. We do that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying at the end of PSG game that when I'm saying that we have to patient. So now stop trust the process. I have to be patient.
Mm-hmm.
This guy, you saying that just give him the player that he want, and then you will see give him the 3-player. We need a goalkeeper. We need a
Yes, we don't.
Do you not rate Carl Hein?
Come on.
Oh my God. He's a guy player. He's a guy player.
Do you not rate Carl Hein? Do you guys know anything about goalkeepers?
Matty, listen to
Matty, you is the same guy who rated Yaya Sanogo.
Yeah, he must have been that guy. He must have been, bro.
Do you know anything about goalkeepers? Do you? You played in goal, you guys, yeah?
Martin,
you've all played in goal, yeah? You goalkeepers.
Carl Hein,
yeah? So you know about Carl Hein, yeah?
I'm only joking.
Okay, so talk to me about Carl Hein. Talk to me.
Okay, Matty.
You gotta go, Brems.
Love,
man.
It was good chatting to everybody.
Come
Peace and love.
Brems.
Respect to everyone. Big up the chat.
That, man. Nice to see you, mate.
Like, subscribe, and comment. Love people.
Love Premsy.
Take care. Nice to see you.
Continue.
Matty.
Come on, Matty, tell us.
Matty, what you need to understand, yeah? Yeah. No. What you need to understand. This guy has done, and I keep on saying this over and over, and everybody seems to just push it under the carpet and do not say anything about it, yeah? In the summer, we let 4 attacking players leave the club.
Right.
Am I right? Yeah?
Yes.
And your manager...
Nelson, Fabio Vieira, and...
they are,
yeah. Your manager went and get 2 defenders.
Yeah.
Whose fault is that?
And Sterling.
Yeah, so do you know the players we let leave the club?
No. Matty, no, we're not doing that.
Question.
I'll ask you a simple question. Whose fault is it?
What, that they left the club?
No. Matty, we got 4 attacking players leave. Am I speaking English? I know I speak Jamaican broken patois, but let me try again. Let me try again,
patois, yard man.
Yeah?
Seriously.
Okay, let me try it again. Let us try it again, Matty.
Marty, it's Marty. It's Marty, not Matty. You're confusing me with someone else, yard man.
Marty, we let 4 attacking players. We let 4 attacking players leave the club.
Yes.
4 attacking players. Yeah?
Correct.
And we bring in 2 defenders.
Yeah.
Whose fault is it?
Well, I mean, it's between the sporting director and the manager, isn't it? I wouldn't say it's it's more their decision. It was more their decision. We also brought in Mikel Merino, who turned out to be all right this season, didn't he?
Oh, shut up.
So who are you gonna credit for that one? Are you gonna blame someone for that?
No, you're right.
That's played in a multitude of positions and done all right.
Matty, you know what's gonna happen again? We're gonna go next year in the Premier League and we're gonna want a goal. And Mikel Arteta are going to do the same thing over. Yeah?
Do you reckon that, yard man? Honestly, do you honestly think so, yeah?
Honestly think what?
You honestly think if we bring these players into the club, do you reckon it's going to change nothing? And next season we're going to finish 2nd or 3rd, maybe 4th, get knocked out of all the cup competitions and not do anything next season?
You see? No, you're talking my language. No, you're talking because that's exactly what's going to happen. No, because you believe, Marty, what you believe, Mikel Arteta going to get his 3 player, as what you say, and they were going to win something. No, what you're saying there, that Man City going to... hold on, before I even go there, you were saying that Man City is rubbish this year,
I'm not saying rubbish. I'm not saying rubbish.
What did they say? What did they say? What the word that you addressed?
They went and spent 150 million quid in January, and
they're still what?
Really.
And they're still what? They are better. You know why they're better?
No,
hold on. You know why they're better? Guess what? Marty, they win more game than Mikel Arteta in the Premier League.
No, do you know what the problem is, right, with Man City? Right? Do you know what the problem is this season? And it's this in a nutshell. And when people say one player doesn't change a team, it does. They had Rodri injured. Rodri is one of the best CDMs, and he is that good that Man City are a completely different side when he's not in the side. And that is why they struggled with their league form. That is a simple fact.
Marty, you're still straying away from what I'm trying to say to you. What I'm saying to you is that you're saying that Man City is so bad.
I don't mean they're so bad, mate. Come on, they're not so bad.
What did you address them
as? They were. Let's be honest.
Yeah, but guess what? Your word. You said Man City this season fall off a cliff.
Yeah, they did.
Okay,
mate.
then. So by your contrast alone, do you realize that Man City win more Premier League games than Arsenal?
All right, but they also got battered 5-1 at the Emirates.
But it doesn't matter.
It does, right? Because if you come to our backyard and you get absolutely smoked 5-1, I mean, that's a good day.
Marty, how many times have they smoked us?
Honestly,
how many times have they smoked us?
Yardman, you're telling me, honestly, come on, Yardman. Come on, let's have a smile. Well, you didn't enjoy demolishing Man City 5-1.
I'm not saying I didn't. Yeah, but it means nothing. Because guess what? Let me tell you why. Let me explain to you why it means nothing. Yeah,
mate, you're a hard man to please. I'll tell you.
No. But because I'm not buying into your Stockholm syndrome. I'm a hard man to please. I'm not. The reason why, I'm saying to you that 5-1 trashing of Man City mean nothing. Because when Man City is beating Arsenal, they're beating Arsenal and winning title. We are beating them and stand still. You know what? Mikel Arteta make Arsenal, everybody saying do so much good thing for Arsenal and he make Arsenal great again. But guess what? Arsenal, Mikel Arteta is like a stamp on an envelope. Arsenal is like a stamp on an envelope. They've been around the world and just stay one place in the corner. Don't move. That is what Mikel Arteta doing to the club. You cannot tell me that Mikel Arteta, hold on. 24, hold on. In his 6th year, I'm not even talking about his alpha season when he come in, in his 6 years because we're not going to put the alpha season in it. Just listen to what I'm saying.
Still alpha season, mate.
But listen first before you can answer. 6 years being at the club, having his own team, going to 24 competition, 24 competition, 6 years and not one final. Not one final.
What, Arteta?
Yes.
Yeah, we won the FA Cup, mate. We had to get in the final.
You see, this is why you don't learn in school. I said to you, listen before you speak. I said, with his own team for the 6 years, that team that him take to the FA Cup final, obviously him only bringing Cedric Suarez in that team. Right. That January. That is Unai Emery, Arsene Wenger team. That's why he's managing you all.
Is it Klopp's team that's won the Premier League this year?
Yes. Okay. Yes. We all agree with that.
Had nothing to do with it, no?
Slop. Yes, it made them better. It made them better.
So Arteta made them better to win the FA Cup.
All right then. Can I ask you a question? Name me a player in the team right now that you can say Mikel Arteta made better. Name me 2 players. Name me 2 players.
William Saliba. Yeah.
No.
Miles Lewis-Skelly, William Saliba, David Raya.
No, come on.
Gabriel Magalhaes, Ben White, all of them players. Ben White is a better player than he was at Brighton. Gabriel Magalhaes is a better player than when he came to the club. Fact. William Saliba is a better player than Emery signed when he went to
but that's
Marseille. He's
natural
one of the best
progression.
centre-backs in the world. He's one of the best centre-backs in Europe. David
But-
Raya is one of the best goalkeepers in the Premier League. He's better than he was at Brentford, fact. And Miles Lewis-Skelly he's phenomenal, mate.
Yes,
So,
Martin, how do you
yes,
attribute
and that's just the defensive line. If you want me to go through the rest of the team, I will. But he does make players better.
How do you?
And I know. Listen, I know you've got a bit of a disdain for him, and I know you don't like Arteta. But man, ease up on him. Listen, he's going to be here next season, and that's just it. Like, whether we all like it or not, I'm not Arteta in, I'm not Arteta out. I don't have a thing with that. But the fact is, he is going to be our manager next season, and we need to get behind him, and we need to support the team, and we need to believe in the team that we can do it and be positive about it. And if by the end of next season, unfortunately nothing's happened, then listen, yeah, cool. But then maybe look for change. I'm not scared of change. I'm not worried about change. I go through change in life on a daily basis, and I do with life and stuff like. And I've seen different Arsenal managers. But the fact of the matter is sometimes you've just got to give people a chance in life, a bit more of a chance, and you've just got to go, take it to where you need to, and that's what we need to do. I feel with Mikel Arteta, we need to give him the summer to make the signings.
Blind support, Marty, in my opinion. I think,
what's that?
I think it's just blind support, in my opinion. You're just,
it's blind support.
Yeah, you're basically saying that, because
that's ridiculous. That's the most rubbish thing I've ever heard. Blind support. I'm not blind support. I go to the games. I go to every.
No, you are Matty. You are Matty.
Every game, and I understand football. It's not blind support. I know what I'm watching, and I think when people say things like that, it's very reckless because that it actually.
I can't even speak for like
support.
30
It's
seconds.
actually good support. I'm a
supporter.
At the end of the day, I'm a supporter. And I'm here to support my club, and that's what I'm doing.
Matty, pause for a minute. Matty, hold on. You're not supporting your club, Matty. You're supporting Mikel Arteta. Be honest. That's not supporting your club.
Mate, that's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard in my life.
Hold on.
I've supported Arsenal since I've been a young boy.
Let me explain to you then. Let me explain. When you said you support your club, yes. Everybody who support a club like the top 5 club in the Premier League, the Real Madrid, the Barcelona, the Bayern Munich, the PSG, they know that they're supporting that club to win title. Am I lying? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Now you have a manager that you see bring a club to the pinnacle. Remember, this is the same and this is why I don't understand why you don't look into what Mikel Arteta do. And see, say this man is nothing but he is deluded. This is the same man who take the players them to a dinner, pickpocket, to pick the player them belonging. Yeah? Hold on. Listen, hold on. Yeah? And that same season, hold on. That same season, 3 seasons in a row, we have Pep Guardiola picking pocket twice. And then we have Arteta come picking pocket again. Yeah, in the Premier League. So do you realize that this man here is deluded?
I don't know, mate. I don't know. I mean,
let African Guna just come in on top of that as well, Marty. 1 second, because he's got a question as well. Go on, bro. Go on,
I think Marty is very heated up. I think he took what I said. He took it completely wrong. That's not what I meant. Of course, I know you're an Arsenal fan, and we all want Arsenal to win and be successful. Of course, that's why we dedicate our lives to this club. That's why we come onto these podcasts to talk for an hour and 13 minutes, an hour and 15 minutes, because we're passionate about this club.
13 minutes and 29 seconds.
So, I mean, I think for me, really is the point that I wanted to make is that, look, yes, you want to back Arteta. I know Arteta's not going to leave, and I want to be positive, and I want the club to be successful next season. But I still think you got to call out all the mistakes. That's the thing that I think most Arsenal fans are not doing is that they say, look, Arteta's great and he does great things and he needs all these things. He just still needs one more time. And while that is true, it's also true that he has made mistakes, bad mistakes, and it's cost us. And he's been learning on the job, right? So when I'm saying supporting blindly, it's the fact that we're saying, look, we got to give him those 3 players. He can get those 3 players, and we could still not be successful. Just because we get those 3 players does not mean that we actually.
No, you're spot on. And do you know what? In life, nothing is guaranteed apart from. Do you know what?
Supporting. and giving
No.
it your all.
One thing
Absolutely.
that you will die at the end of the day, and that's it. That's the only thing that's guaranteed in life, mate. And that's
Yeah,
as simple as
I'm
that.
dying an Arsenal fan. That's guaranteed for sure. Yeah.
No, just dying, mate. That's the only thing in life that is guaranteed. And it's as simple as that. Just to say, if we change the manager, it doesn't guarantee that we're going to win a title. It doesn't. Just because you sign these players.
And if
What
we
I'm saying
keep the
is signing
manager,
these players
if we
gives us
keep
a
the manager,
good
are we guaranteed to
opportunity
win
to
something?
go and win something next season. It really does. Changing the manager, I think, at this stage
No,
of
and I
the
agreed
process
with
is slightly
you.
risky. I
I
just do.
agreed with you. I
I would
agreed with
take the
you from the
risk of
start.
getting more of getting new signings in. I think that is a more calculated risk. Going and walloping out 150 million quid on 3 players is a risk. It's a big risk in a business, and I think that that is the more calculatable risk than changing the manager right at this point. At the end, like I say, at the end of the season, next season. And sometimes patience is a virtue. Not everything is instant gratification in life. I think with this football thing, everyone's like, they think it's FIFA. You just turn it on, get the players on, and then you go and win something. It doesn't work like that. Listen, of course I want to win things. I've grown up in an era where I've seen George Graham, Arsene Wenger, I've seen invincible seasons. I've seen George Graham, with the 1990-91 side. I've seen us, the Cup Winners' Cup, and I've seen all that, and I love winning. So I've seen double winning sides. I want to win trophies more than the next man. Believe me. Funnily enough, last night I was at Cobham and they went to a final and they won a cup last night, and it was fantastic. It was brilliant. It was amazing, and I wanted them to win, and I supported them, and I backed them. Do you know what? If they'd have lost, I wouldn't have called for the manager's head. Why? Because the manager's done a great job, and he's a great guy, and he gets on with the players, and I can see what's going on with the process there. And it's similar to the Arsenal thing. I'm in and around football, and I just see things maybe in some situations slightly differently, and that's my opinion. No one has to agree with it. It doesn't mean I'm right at all. Other people might be right. And do you know what? At the end of next season, if I'm wrong about this, and we regress and what have you, I'll hold my hands up and say, I was wrong about this, and he should have, and I'll say, Yardman, yeah, maybe when you were saying it last season, he should have been sacked then.
No,
and
I've been
you were
saying
right,
it for
and I'll
6
say
years
that.
now. For
What's
6
that?
years, Marty. Don't get it twisted. 6 years.
Yeah,
Don't get
well,
it twisted.
listen. Sometimes it takes a while to get what you want. I mean, it took me 7 years to get with my missus. So, but I've been with her now for 14 years and I've got 2 beautiful children with her. So, that patience right there paid off. And sometimes in life it does.
Everything you said makes absolute sense. My question to you is when do you draw that line? For you, when are you going to draw that line?
For me, like I've said, right, I draw this line at probably at the end of next season, right? If we don't win the Premier League, win a cup, or we don't get to a final of, say, the Champions League, there isn't a progression. If I'm honest with you, just let me finish. And I'm gonna play it to finite lines, right? Let's say we're in a title race. And we're in a title race with, I don't know, Liverpool or Man City, and it goes to the last point on the last day of the season, and we're both on like 90 points at the end of the season, and we have a phenomenal season, and we're winning every game. We get pipped by a fine margin, and then we get to a Champions League final, and again get pipped just by one goal or some shitty decision. Then I'll be like, do you know what? Nearly. And then that's the only only way that I would be like, listen, he's got to have another season. That's the only way. But on a whole, in a nutshell, he's got no. Come on, no. That's being unreasonable. He's being if he got to a Champions League final and we lost by a shitty decision, come on, man.
I know, I hear you.
And if we lost the title race by 1 point, listen, we're 15 points off the end of the title race this season, and that's the truth, aren't we?
No, and you want to give him another season?
Yeah. So basically,
are you telling me that you are supporting the club?
No,
Marty, if you go back again, Marty,
hold on. That was a hypothetical. But listen, I think if he doesn't, in a nutshell, if he doesn't win something next season, then the questions have got to be asked, and change will probably have to be made. And that's just it in a nutshell. But am I excited for this season? Yeah, I am. This coming season, I'm excited to get these players in. I'm excited to see who we bring in, and I'm excited to go again. That's just where I stand.
Yeah, it's fair. Look,
Marty.
you have your own opinion, man, and you got to respect. That's your opinion. That's how you decide to support the club, and no one can say anything about that. That's your choice to support the club how you do, and that's why I was just asking you. You know, what is that line for you? And you're saying, look, if we make to the final, if we were in the title race until the last day of the season, but we didn't win anything, I'd still give Arteta another season.
Maybe. All I want to see is progress. All I want to see in life in general, if you progress and every day you do better than the last day, that's how winning's done.
But if you never cross the line and finish your objective, that's the struggle. Then
that's a problem. That is a problem. 100%. That is a problem. Yeah, listen, we do need to get it over the line. Do not underestimate what I've said and don't change it. We need to get it over the line. Arsenal Football Club are long overdue without winning silverware.
Marty,
wait.
Marty, just stop lying.
One more question from my side for Marty. Sorry, Yardman.
Go on, far away.
So you said that. So sorry, you said just to be clear, you're very ambitious and you want Arsenal to win the title, but you said you only wanted 3 signings. So for someone who's very ambitious, for me, I struggle to see how that correlates with only signing 3 players. If you're like so gung ho and so excited about.
Cool. Can I answer that?
We need more than 3, right?
No, listen. The ideal additions in a transfer window are anything between 3 and 5 players. If you go over 5 players, you risk changing the identity of the team because it's too many. It's too bigger amount of personnel to bring in that will potentially upset an apple cart. I.e., in my business, I would never employ more than I would never get more than 2 new people in the door immediately because it essentially could change the dynamic of it.
Interesting. Okay.
Look, I'll say this.
Yardman, far away. Next one. Go on.
Martin, do you know what, quickly, Marty, I will say this, Marty, big ups to you, bro, because you've got completely different opinions to a lot of the chat, a lot of us, and you stick by it, man. That's why I've got so much respect for people like you,
bro.
Miguel.
Appreciate that, man.
Big up to you, man. Big up. Go on, Yardman.
Thank you, mate. Go on, Yardman, bring it on. Come on.
Marty, you keep on saying the same thing over and over.
So do you.
I don't know if you stop. I don't know if you stop and listen to yourself. Yeah, you saying that giving this manager.
I don't know if you do, Yardman. All I hear from you is Arteta out.
Because I'm fed up. No, I'm done. I'm tired. I'm sick. Come on.
Over and over again. That's all I hear. I want to.
But that's how they got Marty. But if you was listening, I've been saying it from the day I went to his house, and then we hear that Mikel Arteta is a manager. I've been saying I didn't want him. So it's not like he here this year, last year. He's been here for 6.5 years. I never backing him. I never want that manager. I'm right up until this present day. I'm right. Because like I said, you keep on telling me, if we go to a Champions League final, if we lose the Champions League final
Yardman, I said that once and I gave that as an example. I don't keep on telling you that. I keep on telling you that I want to win something. That's what I keep on telling you. And it is. I keep on telling you I want to win something. And that's what I keep on saying.
You're saying, what you're saying to me just now, you say, if Mikel, it doesn't matter if I said hypothetical, yes or no. This is what you mean. You mean if Mikel Arteta...
No, I meant it hypothetically. I meant it hypothetically. I said that. When I said it, I said hypothetically. I said hypothetically. That's what I said. Mark my words. Bring it up.
Did you not just stated that if Mikel Arteta go and lose the Premier League by...
hypothetically.
My God.
But I also backed it up numerous times with saying we need to go and win something. We need to go and win something next time.
All right, then let me answer. Let me say
up on one point that I said as a hypothetical, and you're trying to run with it, and that's the truth, Yardman.
I'm not running with nothing. I'm sitting down here. I ain't running.
Let's be honest.
But what I'm saying to you, you keep on saying that you're a supporter. But you're a supporter of Mikel Arteta. You keep on saying that.
I'm not a supporter of Mikel Arteta. You're twisting words. You're trying to make me out to be an Arteta in or an Arteta out. I'm not either in or out with Mikel Arteta.
You're in, Matty. Come on, man.
He is the manager of this football club at this time, and there is nothing that me, you, or the next man's dog can do about it.
Okay, so does that? Hold up, because you're waffling. You're waffling. Did you have the same? Did you have the same? Did you have the same chest for Unai Emery as you do for this manager? Yay, nay, or bollocks?
What's that? Sorry, Lee.
Did you have the same? Did you have? I'm good, bruv. Yeah, but you're waffling.
Good to see you, mate.
Yeah. Did you have the same? Did you have the same chest? Yeah, I'm good. I've just watched a manager in phase 1 win a domestic treble, mate. Yeah, with a 17-year-old boy.
Who was
what do you mean, who was that? Well, you watch via the league. You were waffling about Cole Hine, mate. Yeah, so you don't know who that is.
He just scored in it. Did he just score?
No, please. That's why
Have you seen Lamine Yamal's goal to win the title?
He just scored.
The boy bagged the 25-yard top bins to win him the fucking league. Yeah, he set up the second one from Lamine off the bench.
Barcelona.
Yeah, Barcelona. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Barcelona that signed one player in the summer with a new manager, youngest squad in Europe. Yeah, that have hold up, because I ain't finished. Yeah, hold up. Right, that had their goalkeeper out for the entire season, phoned Szczesny up on the beach, smoking more cigarettes than I am. He's just won a domestic flipping treble. Yeah,
he's a goalkeeper only.
Yeah, well, great. It's all fun and games until shit happens and people actually win stuff, innit? Yeah, it's all fun and games, isn't it? Yeah. You listen. Let me finish. Let me finish. Right? They've had their goalkeeper out the entire season. They've had Bernal out the entire season. They've had Casado out the entire season. That's both their defensive midfielders, by the way. They've had Gavi out for 3 months. They've had Kounde out. They've had Lewandowski out. They've had Yamal out for 2 months. Yeah. They have had who was the other one? Christensen out. Yeah. They've had who was the other one? Balde, their left back out. He only just come back tonight off the bench. Yeah. So the youngest squad in La Liga, has now won the league tonight at their rivals again. By the way, second time in 3 years. At Espanyol. Yeah. Why were Espanyol still attacking with 10 men? Make that make sense. Yeah. The boy got punched in the chest. That's child abuse, bruv. He's 17. Leave him alone. He scored a screamer. Yeah. And he set up the second one. Absolutely pulled out. Yeah. So when I hear excuse, yeah, you're sitting there, and I haven't heard all the show. I heard a bit of it because I was playing the audio while I was watching the game on my watch along. Yeah. And you're waffling about Cole Hine. You're waffling about this. You're waffling about that. Yeah, you basically.
Waffling, Lee. I think that's a bit harsh, isn't it, mate? Come on.
Well, no. Well, listen. People don't like the truth. Yeah, hence why this manager's still in the job.
My opinion. That's all it is, Lee. It's not
okay.
I'm just giving my opinion about something, and I think I made it very clear.
Yeah, you've made it very clear that you've bamboozled everybody into whether you're Arteta in or out, because the 5 years that this guy's wasted of our lives in that
6. Six.
Nearly 6. Now let me say. No. If you're going to keep talking over me, you're going to
your life.
Yes, he has. I ain't seen a trophy for 5 years, mate.
Yeah, he's wasted.
Yeah, I've just seen Lauren Blanc. Lauren Blanc, you know who that is? Yeah. Lauren Blanc just go and win a league title today. First season. Okay. Hold up. Okay. I have just seen yesterday Bologna's manager, Vincenzo Italiano, win their first trophy since 1974. I wasn't even born. First trophy. They beat AC Milan, who had already won a trophy with their manager who's been there 6 months, and he just lost another final. Right? Now, what phase is the go-ahead Eagles manager in Holland? Because they got Ajax, they got PSV. No, hold up.
Played some fantastic European football knowledge.
Well, can I finish what I'm saying then? Can I finish what I'm saying to get to my point then?
Sorry,
mate, so the go-ahead Eagles manager is up against Ajax. He's up against PSV. He's up against Feyenoord. They haven't won a trophy in over 90 years. Guess what? He won the cup, mate. Yeah. What phase is it? Well, hold up. What phase is Al Ali's manager in? Mares FC, Ivan Toney. What phase is he in? Because he won a double in his first season at Salzburg. First time ever managed a full team. Won a double at Salzburg.
Really good.
Second season. Don't patronise me, mate. Yeah,
no,
don't take the piss.
It's really good.
No, real talk. Don't take the piss.
Well, I'm saying it's really good.
Calm down, guys.
Listen,
let me finish what I'm saying without talking over me, patronising me.
Don't come up here on here and try and light me up, mate.
What do you mean light you up? You're chatting shit. I'm telling you what I'm trying to say. No, I'm not talking about my European football knowledge, fella. I'm telling you, there is hundreds and hundreds and hundreds. Yeah, well, don't act. All right, listen, don't talk over me then. Yeah, don't talk over me then. Let me finish my point. Let me finish my point, and then talk, and I'll shut up. The point I was getting to, I can give you 25 examples this season of it not taking time. Yeah, so why are we still fucking around 5 years later?
Okay,
that's my point. All these players that don't take time, all the managers that don't take time. Yeah, Alvaro Morata is about to win a fucking title at the weekend. That's a double in Galatasaray. He's already won a cup in Italy this season at AC Milan. But our fans went, oh, we don't want him. We don't want Morata. Oh, we're just ponce around with Mikel Merino, who you said's been a great signing. He's won nothing.
Yeah, look, I understand your points, but like what I'm saying essentially is Mikel Arteta is going to be the manager at Arsenal Football Club next season.
Well, that's the end of the street then, Dan. There's no point talking about it, innit? That's the attitude.
Like it or not.
Did you get your new kit today?
About it.
Look, let's calm. Let's calm. We've all got difference of opinions, man. We've all got different.
No, but Dan, sorry, Dan. Yeah, but when I'm hearing people say this thing, yeah, and it's all fashionable to go that way, then I'm hearing, oh yeah, but we had a good day out when we beat Man City. Well, what did it result in? Oh, nothing again. LA. They've got more wins than us and could win a cup. And I'm telling you right now, if they win that cup at the weekend, you better prepare yourselves for Erling Haaland saying, "Stay humbly." Yeah, which will rattle this fan base again. Because you know what? This is the problem with this fan base. They give it all of that. Yeah, they give it all of that. Oh, we beat Real Madrid. We beat Man City. Nobody cares. It led to nothing. Harry Kane has finally won a trophy. Guess what? Harry Kane has been universally mocked.
Trophy. You see,
he has been universally mocked for years because he didn't win a trophy. He's now won one. How about win one?
These are the little things that some Arsenal fan gravitate to. Oh, we beat Man City 5-1. Oh, we beat Real Madrid home and away. What is that? Is that a trophy? Is that anything to brag about? No. Hold on. When they are beating us, they're beating us with a statement. They go ahead and win something. We are totally forgetting that Arsenal Football Club every season is competing to do one thing, is to win the trophy, 4 trophy. Yeah. The Premier League, the Carabao Cup, the Premier League, the FA Cup, Champions League, or Europa League, 4 titles. Yeah, and I keep telling you, Mikel Arteta go to 24 titles in Challenge for and not one final. Yeah. Not one. So when you're going to get up and say, oh, we beat this, we beat that, Mattia, it make you look stupid. It do.
Why is it making I'm just relating facts that we did beat those teams. All I'm saying at the end of the situation,
what does it mean,
the yard man, I think you guys think that I don't want to win anything. I think
you don't.
Oh, don't worry about it. I don't want to win the Premier League. I'm not interested.
You don't.
Let's keep Mikel Arteta for 20 years. Oh, I love him so much. He's
That's
great.
what you want.
Mikel Arteta. It's not like that.
That's what you want.
Whatever. Oh yeah, do you know I've got a big poster of Mikel Arteta on my wall, and you know what?
Yes,
I
know that.
Size cardboard cutout of him as well in my bedroom, and I'll pray to it every single night. It ain't the one, mate. Trust me.
But
that ain't the gig. Listen, all I understand at the moment is he is in this football club, and whilst he's there, I'm going to support him as the manager. And
did you do the same with Unai Emery? Did you do the same with Unai?
And Lee, do you know what? I understand all your points about European football. And do you know what? Honestly, I'm not being sarcastic. You do have some fantastic European football.
That's not the point, Marty.
100%. But
that's not the point. It's proof it don't take time.
Yeah, what's that?
It's proof it doesn't take time. There's hundreds of examples.
It doesn't always, but in our case.
But it does for us because people like you accept it and go, well, I'm just going to back him anyway. Because I'm just happy having a day out and watching us beat Man City that led to nothing. Yeah, but I'll back him anyway.
But you got. What else are you going to do?
Well, I'll tell you what they're going to do. I'll tell you exactly what's going to happen. AC Milan's manager's going to get sacked, mate, and he's been there 6 months, got to 2 finals, won one of them. Why is he getting sacked? Because he didn't win, or get in the Champions League. Yeah, he didn't win 2 and get in the Champions League. Okay. Ajax's manager has now bottled a title after taking them from bottom to top in 18 months, 10 points clear. Yeah, then our second 1 point or 2 points behind. If he don't get over the line and they don't win that league at the weekend, he's sacked. Yeah, that is the difference. Do you know why? Because their fans have standards. Our fans go, oh, well, it don't matter. We'll wheel out a new merch. We'll come second. We beat Real Madrid. Yeah. It was a lovely day. We'll remember that forever. Yeah, guess what I remember? I'll remember who wins that fucking Champions League on the 31st of May. That's what I'll remember. Yeah, I remember when we beat Thierry Henry, beat them. Yeah, back then in 06. I also remember, it led to nothing. And Barca, won it. Yeah, that's what I'll remember. Yeah, exactly. So that was a good day out, yeah?
It was painful, and that was painful.
But it ain't painful enough for a lot of people, mate. That's the point.
Well, listen, like that PSG game the other night, that was painful and all. That was horrible to watch.
What about Spurs Man United? What about Spurs Man United? Yeah, Spurs Man United. Yeah, who's supporting on that one?
Man U.
Is that going to be painful? Who are you supporting on that one? Because either way, that's a loss.
I'm not supporting either of them because I don't support either of them teams. But,
no, I'm not. Did you know what Son's score last year?
Matty, see what we're talking about here? you have to, as what you say, that you support Arsenal. If you support Arsenal, Manchester United, Tottenham, you have to go with Man U. So why are you not supporting none of them?
Listen, okay, I'm not supporting either of them, but there's no way I want Tottenham to win it. Jesus Christ. I'll take Man U winning that all day, every day over Tottenham.
Wow.
Unfortunately, one of those teams has got to win it. And
Wow.
it definitely
so Matty,
Matty,
let me ask you a question now, yeah?
Go on,
so if Man U win the Europa League, yeah? Because I hear people ask me this question. I just put it, but I thought that I feel like it's a stupid question, but I just want to hear your opinion on it. And I will give you my opinion. So if Man U go ahead or Tottenham go ahead I know you want to say, sorry. If Man U go ahead and win that Europa League title, yeah? You're gonna tell me that Arsenal have a better season than them?
He's gonna say yes.
Nah, I'm not gonna say. Nah.
Okay then. The next question. Matty, what I know your answer. That's what I know. Listen again.
Yeah.
So are you gonna tell me that Arsenal have a better season than Newcastle?
He's froze.
Look, you know what, right? Can I just ask that?
No. Matty, just answer the question. And it's a yes or no. Matty, hold on. Please, Matty, please. Matty, hold on. No, hold on, Matty, please. We just do a yes or no here.
Probably have had a better.
Marty.
Yes.
Hold on, please. We just do a yes or no. Please. A yes or no. Is Arsenal have a better season than Newcastle? Yes or no?
It's a good question.
Yes or no?
Such a politician, man.
Yes or no?
Politician. That's what I answer.
Yes or no? He's frozen. He froze again.
Frozen. He ran away.
You keep on frozen, fam.
No, I'm here. Sorry, mate. Sorry.
All right, then. Yes or no, Marty? Newcastle a better season?
He said yes.
Yeah, I said yes, mate.
Okay, then. So can I ask you now another question?
Are you going to now say you're going to now go to Crystal Palace or Man City?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. Well, we don't know who's won that because that game's being played on
Saturday. Which one of them going to have a better season? The winner for that one. Them have a better season than Arsenal?
The winner probably would, yeah. The winner
probably.
So,
what do you mean probably?
I mean probably. Marty, let me tell you something, yeah? Let me tell you all the Premier League rank, yeah? Whether or not you like it, yes or no, this is how the Premier League rank every season. If a Premier League club win the Champion League, yeah, they are first. Who win the Premier League is second, FA Cup third, and Carabao Cup fourth. That is the fourth champion of your league. If they go ahead and win the Champion League, if they don't win the Champion League or the Europa League, then it is the Premier League, the FA Cup, and the Carabao Cup. It doesn't matter where you finish, you are a champion. And that's what you go out and competing for. So don't talk stupidness when you let the stupid Lego head, where I don't know if I call that guy, because there's not a word in the dictionary that really fit him, to be honest. That guy who is a left back Arsenal, because every bloody game this guy put on left back after left back after left back after left back. You need a goal. You know what? I need a goal to beat PSG. Ben White, come off the pitch. Put on a left back. I need a goal to beat Liverpool Sunday gone. You know what? Kieran Tierney, come on the pitch. Zinchenko, come on the pitch. And Calafiori, come on the pitch. And you have one near on the bench. Are you going to tell me that he deserve a next year of what? Use a man, you like pain. Use a man, you like pain. You like to feel the heart rumble. You like to be miserable. That's what you like. Because having Mikel Arteta at the club, is nothing but pain, sadness, and heartache, everything. So
that's not true. That's not true. That's not true. I agree that Arteta's made mistakes, but that's not true. Arteta's done many good things for this club, and
what good things he make?
What good things has he done?
This rubbish, I know. Tell me the good thing that Arteta do.
Okay,
tell me the good thing.
Are we not competing for the Premier League the last?
No, nobody cares.
Yes or no?
We didn't win it.
Wait. No. Yes or no? We're doing yes or no. So is that yes?
Well, we haven't competed this season. We're 15 points behind. No, we're 15 points behind.
Marty.
Yes. For trophies, yes. Are we
Yes.
are we making better signings than we were under Wenger? Yes or
No.
Yes,
No.
100%.
No.
Better
No.
signings. Overall,
No.
we're making better
No.
signings than we have in
No.
the past.
All right, then
Wow.
stop.
Okay,
This
Go
is
on.
crazy.
Let me say something to you. Let me say something to you, yeah? Let me say something to you. Wenger have a team who go unbeaten. Yeah? So
49.
you're not going to tell me that Declan Rice, oh, and stop again. Is it Saka is the best winger we'll ever have in the club?
No.
Nope.
Oh, in our club,
Okay,
yes.
then.
In our club, yes.
Hold on. So, out of Mikel Arteta team right now, you name me one of his players them that we can say is the best Arsenal ever have. Name me one.
Yeah, that's tough. Very tough. I would
Okay,
say.
then.
Maybe
So
There's
that's
none.
simple
It's not tough.
That
There's
simply
none.
mean he doesn't
it's
sign
not.
better player than Wenger. That's even if it's not better player, Wenger make them in a better player. But what
Facts.
I'm trying to say to you, yeah, when he took over from Unai Emery, yeah, that team Unai Emery carried to Baku. I don't care what Chelsea do to us, but we've been to a final at Baku. We get beaten. We know that, yeah. But that team been to a final in Europe, yeah. After that, the same team again. He left Mikel Arteta, pick up that team and win a FA Cup final. Yeah. No, that is the first 6 months. Yeah. No.
Proof again, it don't take time.
After that, Mikel Arteta get the money and the time, yeah, and the say in the club to do what he want to do to make him to buy him own a team. Since Mikel Arteta spent and built his own team, not once we've been into a final. We have been seeing Arsenal challenging for trophy, win the Premier League 3 times, you know. So Mikel Arteta haven't done nothing that we haven't seen done before. So don't tell me, oh, have we been not challenging? We're challenging the Champions League already. We've been to a final. Mikel Arteta never took us to a final. We've been to a final in the Europa League. Mikel Arteta never took us to he played Europa League. Unai Emery knocked him out. He's never been to a final. So don't sit there and chat waffle and tell me, oh, is he not better club? Better, oh. Oh, does it club better?
Firstly, when you measure a club, there's some tangibles and intangibles.
No, there's not. It's on trophies, man.
No, I know that trophy is the biggest measurement.
So there's no tangibles or anything else. It's factually trophies. Let's stop waffling. Why are Real Madrid considered the best? Because they win major trophies.
Wait, Lee, didn't you tell Martin to let you finish?
Go on. I'll let you speak. Go on.
So all I'm saying is that I agree with both of you that trophies are the end all and that's the measurement for success. But let's not say that Arteta hasn't done good things at this club, because that is a lie. Everything that we're saying is true, but to say that Arteta has not improved Arsenal Football Club, and yes, Yardman, you're right. Under Wenger, we made finals, and I mean, those are all true things. But to come now and say that Arteta hasn't improved us, that we're not more competitive, mentally, we're not doing better. We're doing so much better than we were in the past years of Wenger and Emery, but we still have not crossed the finish line. That is
well,
true.
I just make it clear to you that Unai Emery take us to a final in a European in a European competition. Correct. So for me, in that contrast, Unai Emery didn't get the money to spend like what Mikel Arteta get. He didn't get the time.
You're right.
But the little time that he get and the player that he signed, he take them to a final. Yeah.
And what did they do?
Mikel Arteta haven't better that. He haven't better that. So don't say make the club better. Can't have better that.
No, Yardman, let me cut in here, because African Goon said, in the latter years of Wenger, we're better now under Arteta. That's factually incorrect. In the last 5 years, hold up. The last 5 years of Arsene Wenger, we finished second. Yeah, second. Well, that's what we're doing now. Hold on. We finished second.
Once?
Yeah. We finished fourth with an FA Cup. Yeah, fourth with an FA Cup again.
Yes.
Yeah. Then we finished fifth.
Semi-final of the Europa League.
Yeah, hold up. Yeah, semi-final Europa League. I was there. They were walking around like they were tranquilized.
Yeah.
We also got to a League Cup final. Yeah, and he won another FA Cup. Yeah, no, against Man City. I was at that one as well. When our defender fucking took the piss and Mustafi and Aguero lobbed us. So factually, your statement is incorrect. He won 3 FA Cups in his last 5 years and got us. Yeah, to a semi-final and another final that we lost. Hold up. And he finished in the top 4, which is the aim for this football club and most of our fans that have latched onto it. Yeah, 3 times in the last 5 years. Yeah, And we was in a title race and bottled that as well. What is the difference now? Oh, the difference now is we're not getting banged 6-0 and 8-2. So you feel, oh, it's a better match day experience.
No.
Oh, I feel better going to games. Oh, we beat Man City. Well, hold on. We beat Barcelona. Where did that get us? Yeah, beat Barcelona at the Emirates. Didn't get us anywhere. We got banged at their ground the following week. Yeah, we beat Real Madrid. We lost in the final. Yeah, we've beaten teams along the way. This manager came into this football club. Yeah, he didn't inherit a mess. These fans love to chat waffle. Yeah, we're not Captain Birdseye FC. He came into a football club that had just got to a Europa League final. Yes, we got hammered. Yeah, but I make him right for putting his eggs in that basket of the Europa League, which bottled top 4. But if you put your eggs in that basket, you better bloody win it, mate. Yeah, and he he didn't do either. Guess what? We finished 2 points off third. Yeah, super duper Mick took 3 entire seasons, full seasons, to finish in the top 4 and overtake his points tally. Okay. Yeah, and he won an FA Cup. Fantastic. So, when did he win the FA Cup? 6 FA Cups ago this weekend.
Lee, you're completely.
Why are we still doing this?
All the points that you bring up are factual, and it's.
I only talk facts. Lee talks facts.
I don't think it's apples to apples. I don't think you can compare the Premier League when Wenger was running it compared to what Arteta.
Why? Because it doesn't suit your narrative.
No, I'm just. It's
the game of football is the game of football, brother. You put the ball in this net more times than that net. Win as many games as you can. The team that wins the most gets the trophy. The rest of them lost.
Yeah,
that's it.
There's more competition. More teams can spend more money. We can see that the teams like Nottingham Forest, Aston Villa, Newcastle, they're all competing for top 4. When Wenger was competing for top 4, those teams were not competing. I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying it's not really a fair comparison.
Really,
I think
really
it's being disrespectful to saying that Arteta hasn't done anything. Yes, we haven't crossed the line, and yes,
all Arteta has done is build a cult and an army of fucking cult. No, bro, I swear we'll wheel out Tom Cruise on the weekend. Scientology and all that. Like, no, bro, I swear down, no, real talk here. All he has done is build a cult that will back him blindly when the facts are put in front of you. I wanted Conte at this football club. He's about to win a title first season. Yeah, I wanted Flick at this club. He's just won a domestic treble. Yeah, I want Allegri at this club. He's sat at home. I'm told he's a dinosaur. Well, I'd rather a winning dinosaur than a losing chicken. Yeah, I want Al Ali's manager. He's just won the AFC Champions League in Saudi. Oh, well, that's the Saudi league. Cool. Saudi's in Asia last time I checked, mate. Where do we get Wenger from? Japan, which is in Asia. Get out of here, man.
Lee, you already know my opinion. You know that I said that this season was supposed to be the season that Arteta didn't go. And I think that injuries really covered a lot of the season because I don't think we were good enough even before the injuries. And from the other perspective, from what Marty is saying, is that we know that Arteta's not leaving this summer. So why are we here?
So this is what I'm saying about Colt. So because he's not leaving, we all have to shut up then.
No, that's not it. You call the mistakes that he's made, which I have, and I've questioned Marty several times. Why hasn't Arteta made certain decisions? And he hasn't been able to answer those. So you do hold the manager culpable. But to just say that Arteta's been bad for this club and he was wasted.
The only good thing he's done is win an FA Cup.
Disrespectful. I think he has done some good things for this club, even though we haven't crossed the line. And of course, it's not enough. Next season, he has to win a major trophy, a league.
You said that last season.
No,
I see your tweets, brother. Don't think I don't see your tweets.
So,
you're totally different on here than you are on Twitter, by the way.
I told you that we need to sign players. If we don't sign the players, then he needs to go.
Yeah, so now that's on Berta, and this is where you fans are trying to divert it now. Because, I'd love to see how he works with Berta. Of course you do, because it buys him another year. You're just happy to feel part of something that is getting close and close rather than being banged 8-2 at Old Trafford.
Did you see me say that? No, I never said that. I think he chooses who the players he wants. And personally, I think Berta is a good signing.
The amount of times I see people say, well, he coached to win. He coached to win. Cool. No, I'm not saying you. But the amount of times I see this is because our manager is sitting in a press conference the other day talking about fucking XG. Yeah. Oh, well, the XG for Hakimi's goal was 0.07. Cool. Nobody cares, mate. Win in the back of the net. Yeah, the team that wins is the best team. I don't care whether people think that you have 80% possession makes you a better team, whether you have more shots, whether you have more missed chances, open goals. The team that wins was the best team because guess what? They put it in the back of the fucking net.
Yeah,
that's it.
We're crying here over nothing, Lee, because he's not going, even though he deserves to
go. I've got to shut my mouth and not spit what I want to say, which is fact-based evidence. Again, when I've proved that this season alone, I've given 10 examples. I could give another 10 if you want. Yeah, of managers not needing time. Absolutely. The Brazilian league's been going 7 weeks. They've sacked 7 managers in that league already. Why? Why aren't they trusting the process?
So you're entitled to your opinion, and you're right. I just don't appreciate you disrespecting Arteta, even though I think he hasn't.
Well, bro, you don't know him, and he don't know you. What are we doing here?
That doesn't matter. He's my manager, bro. I support Arsenal Football Club. I love.
Oh, did you support Unai Emery like this then?
And here,
did you support Unai Emery like this then?
No, I did not.
No, exactly. But he was your manager as well, right?
Oh,
thank you. See, these men are brainwashed by this manager, yard man. I swear down. They're done. We're done. But I bet he's going to get his new kit at the weekend.
So, firstly, like that's so disrespectful because as an Arsenal,
well, it's not. You just said he's your manager, so you back him, but you didn't do the same with Unai, who was your manager.
You tell other people not to interrupt you, but you've been.
Go on, shut up. I'll mute my mic. Go on. Let's hear the waffle, yard man. Let's hear the waffle.
I think it's absolutely disrespectful to say, who cares if I buy a kit or not? Firstly, you don't know me personally enough to determine if I would buy a kit or not. I haven't bought a kit in a long time, so that comment is just irrelevant. And as I said, I support Arsenal. For me, it's about loving the club. Even if I don't think I think Arteta's made mistakes, I'm not going to sit by and let other people diss and call my manager a cunt and call players like that's just not me as an Arsenal fan. I love Arsenal and I'm going to support my club. And even if I don't agree with you or agree with you, I'm going to say it how it is. I'm never going to insult my club. I'm never going to insult my manager, call him Lego head. That's not how I support my team. So that's how I am as an Arsenal fan. And I agree with Marty. We're not getting rid of him. That doesn't mean that we shouldn't highlight the mistakes that he's made, which is what I've done on this podcast several times on my Twitter. I run a Twitter account that runs pretty much 24/7. Of course, I'm going to be positive. Do you think I'm going to run my Arsenal account posting 20 times a day trying to be negative? Of course not. That's not conducive to me being a fan and loving Arsenal. Of course, I want my club to win and I'm going to try and be positive. But that doesn't mean that I don't call out the mistakes that he's made. And Arteta's made a lot of mistakes, which I hold him accountable for. But at the same time, I do agree that there's going to be one more season and he has to do it. If he doesn't do it, he's got to be sacked. No, none of these guys are going to be able to say anything. There's no more excuses. You got the striker you want. You got the winger you want. Now prove it. Win us the trophy. If you don't win us the trophy, bye-bye. That's it. Okay. It's that simple.
Let me bring these.
Okay, sorry, Dan. Can I just bring two more quick things up? Yeah.
Sorry,
Dan. This is where these men divert all the time, yard man. Yeah. Right. If he gets his winger, if he gets his striker. So if he doesn't, then you'll make another load of excuses next summer.
No.
Oh, he did. No, hold up. Not only that. Yeah. Not only that. By the time he can potentially win the next trophy available, which is the League Cup next March 22nd, it will be 2,059 days without a trophy at this football club. Yeah, that is over halfway, yeah, to the 9-year trophy drought. Well, it's already over halfway. We went on a 9-year trophy drought. Yardman, you were going. Marty was going. Potts was going. I don't know about you, African guy. I don't know whether you built games.
I'm an international gooner. If I was there, I'd be going every game.
I was going as well. After this time, we know this at this exact moment, 5 years without a trophy, people were punching each other's heads off in the stadium, Wenger in, Wenger out. And that guy has a statue outside our ground. Yeah, he has a statue. The fact that you sat there and said, well, I'm not going to call the manager names and this and that. Well, I guarantee you did about Unai Emery, mate. Guarantee you did. Yeah, and if you want, I'll find your tweets. Yeah, I'm not going to do it now. I will find your tweets because you have not got this chest for Unai Emery. And look how anxious he's getting now. Yeah, because you, man, chat shit respectfully. Yeah, you chat rubbish. Yeah, you want this manager to succeed because he was the captain who ended the 9-year trophy drought and he played for our club and he was shit at the club as well. Yeah, he's rubbish. Yeah, why didn't he, when he went back to PSG the other day, yeah, go and get a standing ovation from the Parisians? Oh, and welcome back to Paris. Because when Ronaldo came back with Real Madrid at Man United, when the announcer read out Cristiano Ronaldo's name on Real Madrid's team, our legend is back again. Stand up and give him a standing ovation for what he did for our club. The whole state. He's playing for the other team. Why ain't he gone back to Rangers? Why ain't he gone back to fucking Sociedad? He keeps buying all their players. And let me tell you right now, if you, man, think that Zubimendi is our Rodri, you're deluded, bruv. Yeah, you are deluded. He is a quicker, smaller Jorginho. That's it. Yeah, he's a good player. He ain't winning me a title next season. Yeah, I swear down. Why ain't he an Everton legend? Let's see. I already know because I've seen the story before. One trophy in 8 years. You man still. Oh, let's believe we got the new shirt. Zubimendi's coming. Diverted away from the shit show this season.
Lee, you going to buy a new shirt this season?
Am I fuck? Yeah, this club is not getting a single penny of my money until it does what it's supposed to do. We knocked that stadium down that I used to go to. Yeah, my first game was October 91 at that stadium. October 91. They knocked that stadium down to be the best team in the world. Yeah, I've just seen Vincent Kompany in phase 1 go and win a trophy. Ended the Harry Kane curse. Yeah, we're watching Crystal Palace Man City at the weekend in a cup final. Eddie Nketiah and Tina Turner could win a trophy. And guess what? We're then going to watch, a couple of days later, Manchester United in their full final in 3 years with 2 different managers. Yeah, phase 0.5. 1 signing, Dorgu. Then we're going to watch Tottenham with Ange Postecoglou. Yeah. Oh, but they've lost 20 games. Nobody cares. We have all seen Arsenal do a cup double and finish 10th. So I don't know why you man want to mock them for being 17th. Nobody cares. They win that cup, mate. Yeah. Doesn't matter who wins that cup. And when I was laughing earlier, yeah, pick your poison. You see, last season, 1 year ago, yesterday was the anniversary of you man crying your heart out because Heung-min Son deliberately missed. Guess what? Oh, they gave up Champions League for this. Well, now they've made the final of the competition they qualified for. Yeah, now you man have to sit there and hold that because them 2 shit clubs that have been shit all season in the league, yeah, one of them is going to win it. That qualifies them for the Champions League plus the trophy. Oh, and the Super Cup. Yeah. Guess what, mate? It's about trophies, not about, your fan experience on the day. Nobody cares. The manager don't care about you, don't care about anyone, cares about himself. This guy is a serial mind bender. He'd twist your mind, psychology level 100. He ain't fooling me, mate. Yeah, and I'm telling you now, I'm so blessed for this platform, Dan. Thank you. I'm so blessed for my platform. I'm so blessed for all the Arsenal fans that are in my chat every day because, and Troops and Curtis and Northside, all the other people out there, Shane, Aaron, all the Norms, Kenny, Jez, DJB, I could go on forever. I swear down, I'm so blessed for all you people that gravitate to my channel. Yeah, because I tell you something, yeah, without us, the club's completely in the fucking mud. Yeah, same with you, Yardman. Yeah, when you're spitting facts and you're getting shut down there trying to take your hat off, yeah, and pushing you around. Yeah, the Queen died, that's why we didn't win the yay! Piss off. Yeah, it's a cult. Yeah, I've never seen anything like it, and I'm 43 next month, mate. Yeah, I've never, ever, ever seen a fucking manager more protected than this geezer for winning fuck all.
Agree.
Sorry, mic drop.
And
no, it's a mic drop, man. Let me bring these super chats in. Sorry, AG. Otherwise, I'm going to be here all night. I've got like loads of these.
Work rate, Dan. Come on.
Yeah, I know, but I want to get you guys some more in a bit more as well before we do close. So we got I don't know how to say this name. Say ATY. Marty.
Neither. I've answered this 100 times. I'm neither in or out.
No, they go where the wind blows. They go where the wind blows. If it's fashionable after we lose to Everton, Damari Gray, yeah, under Ancelotti. Oh, what did he do at Everton? Schooled your manager home and away. Oh, Conte. Oh, what did he do at Spurs? Oh, finished top 4 first season. And I'll be honest, if it's fashionable that night, everyone was Arteta out because we lost to Everton. Yeah. And we were finished 8th again. But now it's fashionable to go this way.
It's fashionable for everyone to jump on this. Are you in or out? For me, it ain't
what is fashionable is winning trophies, and we ain't won one, mate, for 1,748 days.
Like I said, he's going to be here next year. So there's no
cool, so we have to accept it then. Oh, Yardman, we just have to accept it. We have to shut up and be good little boys because the cult of Arteta, with their cult leader, has told us, yeah, after he told us on the pitch last year, don't accept second place. Yeah, but now we're not accepting second place. Well, we just have to accept he's here. Shut your mouth.
Let's go with this one. Let's go with this next one. Cunha is going to United anyway. No, I think Cunha is favoured to go to Man United.
He's shit anyway. There's a reason Brazil is shit because he's in midfield.
Yeah, I did hear today. Curtis had Ben Jacobs on, and he thinks that Arsenal have had a meeting. But either way, if you believe that's reliable or not, oh God, I'm terrible at butchering names. Not a lot of money. That's technically a Declan Rice per season. Yeah, I don't know how much money we've got. People are just waffling. People think we've got 300, 200, 100. The managers come out and say we've got 100 plus sales. That ain't enough. Nick says City will still lift a trophy this season, Marty.
We'll have to find out on Saturday.
Well, either way, Eddie and Nketiah will be if it's the other way around.
Good on him.
Cool. Unbelievable, wouldn't it, if he wins one? Keep making excuses for failure. Weak mentality.
Tell him, Maggie. And guess what? Your manager's been potted after winning 2 trophies this season.
Yeah, that's
most decorated manager in their history, by the way.
Yeah, it's mad. Is there an open top bus parade for beating City? No, there's not. Marty, Igal's brother from another mother. Do you know what? You need Igal on here tonight because it would have been absolute smoke. Igal and Marty versus Lee and Yardman. Crikey. That would have been a serious one. Andy says, Lee, got the smoke. Let's go. Domestic treble next year. Hopefully the quad. Champions League and Cup.
Right,
No
big up to you,
baby.
my G. Hey, listen, celebrate it. Barca fully deserve to win the league, my guy. Yeah, fully deserve to clean up. Man like Chesney out of retirement, market opportunity. No one's available, guys. No one's available.
My favorite super chat of the night is from my brother Don Hussam. What phase is Vincenzo Italiano in? Bologna's manager.
First trophy in 51 years. Yeah, go ahead, Eagles. First trophy in over 90 years. First season. Incredible. There's so many examples of this shit, but don't worry, there's not a single manager, Yardman, in world football that could do a better job than this guy. There's nobody. But he set all the foundations. He set all the foundations, Yardman. He set us up in a great space that the next man has to rip it all up, apparently.
Lee, that's what's going to happen. And like I said, everybody's, if you suck him, who are you going to get? Who are you going to get? There's no other manager on planet Earth, so we got to keep him. We got to keep him.
Let's hope he's immortal, or he don't quit.
Anyway,
why didn't Real Madrid want him, by the way? They went and got Xavi Alonso. Why didn't they want him?
Okay, Lee.
But he's from the Basque. He's from Catalonia. Fuck off.
Lee, I got to run now, so big up to everybody, yeah?
Man, we need a hookup at the end of the season, my guy.
Man, I'll link you for it tomorrow night. Just shout me before you got your hand, man, and let me know,
Just text me when you're free. You got my digits, man. Anytime, bro.
All right, then, Matthew.
Man.
All right, then, Dan. All right, then, Africa, Guna, big up. All right.
See you later, Yard man.
Big up, bro. Big up, bro. Let's jump in with this one. Danny, first of all, thank you so much, man. Considering you're a Liverpool fan, that is an amazing...
Oh, bless up, Danny, my guy.
Thank you so much, man. I really
appreciate it. What phase is slotting?
What phase is Arnie slotting? He says, win or not, no debate, no context. You know what? Big up to you, bro. And thank you so much for that super chat. That is massive.
Bless up, Danny, every time, man.
And you know what? Congrats as well. Congrats on the league. We have to be humble and say fair play. What else have we got here? Lee, we gave away 31 shots to Watford. We were awful. He's talking about...
Yeah, guess what? We also gave away 27 against fucking Brighton, mate, under this manager, and then fans were walking out. Yeah, we gave up 26 against Leeds. They forget that one, innit? Yeah, and we didn't actually lose that game, by the way. Yeah, but that's the standard fucking Top Gooner spiel. Oh, we were awful. Really? When's this manager done 22 games unbeaten?
There we go.
Oh, sorry, my bad. He ain't.
Joshua says, did Newcastle spend in the summer trophy and Champions League? Do you know what?
I've been to more finals than this manager, and he's been there 2 years less. And he's got Champions League 2 times in 3 years.
Newcastle was serious, and I believe this summer they're going to be serious.
But Eddie Howe's not sexy, damn. They don't fancy him. He looks like a PE teacher, mate. They ain't got nice drip in it. They just want to get stuck up the manager and all the players. Oh, I see people today. Oh, yesterday. Was it yesterday? Today or yesterday? With the open training. Oh, look at Calafiori. Look at him. Yeah, do you know what did I tell you, man? Yeah, I told every single one of you that's watching this live, yeah? I said they'll wheel out the injured players. What did they do? Injured players have been wheeled out. Gabi Magalash was there. I know this club inside out, upside down, and back to front, mate.
That was so weird. Some of these
just wheel out Tom Cruise at the weekend, man. It's Scientology, you know what I'm saying?
Some of these soups I'm not going to read out.
Training beforehand. I agree on the Gabriel Magalhaes stuff. I mean, they came to the Champions League game anyways, and that's what a club is going to do. Obviously, those players fought to be part of the Champions League run or part of the club. So of course, when was
last time African Goonie? Yeah, when was last time they did an open training session this time?
Oh, it's never been. It's
thank you. Why is that, mate? Diversion tactic. I'm not stupid, bro.
Yeah,
they diverted.
Just like the
dropped to the Zubimendi thing. Yeah, which by the way, let me just very quickly, because I know Dan wants to wrap here, and I'm going live as well. Let me just say very quickly, yeah, a release clause. Yeah, you are not legally allowed to speak to the player or a third party agent of the player. Yeah, until you deposit the money in the FA of the country he's playing in. Yeah, so when they're giving it a here we go, how the fuck have they done that then?
No,
yeah, because we're not allowed. You can't make a bid. It's a release clause. It's a release clause, not a bid. It's a release clause.
As soon as you make a bid to a club, you can speak to the player.
It's a release clause. A release clause. You said you watched Cole Hines, so you've watched loads of Valladolid this season. Yeah. Right. So you'd know how Spanish football works then.
You can speak to him. You can agree.
Okay, cool. So if it's a release clause, Marty, respectfully, if you listen, if it's a release clause, yeah, how a release clause works, it's a release clause. Yeah, Thomas Partey was a release clause. He didn't even say goodbye. Yeah, the FA of Spain phoned up Atleti and said Thomas Partey's left your football club. He didn't even clear his locker, mate.
Slap the check down on the counter, and that's it.
Okay, so hold up. That's the only. Oh, hold on. So you deposit the money into the FA of the country that the player plays in, then you are legally allowed to go and speak to the player and or his agent. Right?
Legally.
So what we're basically doing is tap the Zubimendi up.
Yes.
Okay, cool. So that's cool now, but when it's Man City, that's a problem. Cool, thank you.
No, we're definitely tapping all these players up. We're already agreeing like verbal contracts.
Well, cool. Guess what? He also did the same with Liverpool, and that worked out well, didn't it? Because he stayed at Sociedad. Yeah, I'll see when he's on the shirt up, mate.
So you don't think he's
Big up to Matty.
He ain't winning this league anyway.
Now,
it's
6
irrelevant.
years, we're getting into car payment term territory. Big up to you, mate.
Matty, you could have actually gone to uni. Anyone could have gone to uni, yeah, and gone to uni for 5 years, and they still wouldn't have seen us win a trophy.
Mate, they could have done a PhD, bro. Big up Dan and the panel. Hit the likes and subscribe. We have 1.7 here, K here, and not even 500 likes. What you all waiting for? Big up to Suj, man. Come on. Make sure you let's get the likes up and the subscribes, people. Come on. All you mods need to help me out with that as well, man. Hit the like and subscribe. We've got 1.7K in here. We are going to redirect to Lee, but Lee, I still can't see your stream. I don't know if you've said it.
1 second. I'll get you the link, mate.
So give me the link and we'll do that. Last question before we do close. Not that anyone cares, but some people probably will.
We're going to beat Newcastle.
Yeah, we've got Newcastle and Southampton. Does anybody care? Let's pretend that we do for part of the content. If I'm honest, I'm going. And
You getting your new kit, Dan?
No, I won't be booming out the shop like everybody else. Some of them have got it already, mate. They're already wearing it. We'll put pictures on it.
Oh, of course they are. They're pretending this season never happened.
Yeah, Judges has got it on. Bless him. I do love Judges, but he's got it on.
I did. Somebody in my chat. Sorry, somebody in my chat earlier said Judges said on AFTV new kit. Yeah, this I don't know if it was Judges, but they said on that channel. Yeah. Oh, the new kit brings new hope.
Oh my God, really? I ain't seen anyone signed yet. Let's wait till we get some signings in.
New kit brings new hope, mate. Yeah, all right, mate. Good one.
Yeah. Oh dear. Listen, I must say, like, it ain't really one of the games of the season, but it will be whoever wins this one will be the first loser, the second place. So look, I've got to be honest. Marty, let's come to you. It's going to be tough, if I'm honest. I think we might lose this one because Newcastle are very good. We've lost to them 3 times already. But what are you saying, bro?
Oh, we need to go and beat them. It's as simple as that to confirm second place, and any other result is not acceptable. Lee, why are you going? Oh, would you not agree?
You said any other result's not acceptable. So any other result on your words just there, Marty. Yeah. Any other result is not acceptable. So what are you going to do about it if it's any other result then?
Well, I'm not
nothing. You'll just go, oh, fuck it, next season.
Sacked. I'm not going to be Arteta out.
So it is acceptable. Is the point? So it is acceptable then. It sounds good. Oh, I'm a top gooner because I want my team to win, and any other result than a win is unacceptable. But then, if it is any other result other than a win, then we just go to Southampton now. Yeah. So it is acceptable then.
It has to be consequences.
So what are the consequences then?
You're just you're just completely twisting things.
No, you said your words. Your words, bro.
Okay.
Your words were any other result is unacceptable.
Newcastle on Sunday. We need to go and beat Newcastle.
Why?
Right. We need the 3 points. Why?
Need them for what?
Second place. Why? For pride. That's why.
Pride.
Why not?
Are you proud to walk out in your Arsenal shirt, finishing second again?
What's that?
Are you proud walking down the street in your Arsenal shirt, finishing second again, winning fuck all?
I'm proud. I wear my Arsenal. Arsenal merchandise now. What's your point?
Too.
Yeah, I am.
My point is, you said any other result. Your words were, and I'm taking you on your own words, which is what I do with Mikel Arteta as well in his presses. Yeah, you said any other result than beating Newcastle is unacceptable. So if it's unacceptable at the end of that, if we do not beat them. Yeah, then what are your thoughts and what are you going to say and do after that?
I'm not going to have a meltdown.
That's not what I asked. What are you actually going to do and say after that?
I'm not going to start.
Well, I'm a grown man as well, and I'm bored of this shit, mate.
Get out this club now. You can't even. It's just not my style, Lee. It's just not how I am. I'm saying
that's
it's
fair.
unacceptable because we need to beat Newcastle. It's in our stadium. It's on home turf, and we need to cement second place. Yeah,
cement second place. This is what he's saying, guys. I'm 1,700 people. Cement second place.
Well, yeah, we're not exactly going to win the league.
That's going to be if we win, and that's only if we win.
We're not going to win the league, are we? Because that's over.
So what's the difference between second, third, and fourth, and fifth? Nothing. You just lost by less.
A little bit of money.
There's a place difference.
So you lost by less
between second, third, and fourth.
You lost by less.
You know, it goes first, second, third, fourth.
Yeah.
Right?
And guess what? Yeah, that's first loser, second loser, third loser, fourth loser.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so you just lost by less.
The third loser or the fourth.
Oh, you'd rather be listen to what you just said, guys. You'd rather be second loser rather than fourth loser. Wow.
Obviously, I'd rather win.
No, I'm using your words.
But we can't win it. Okay, Lee, if I said anything other, that we're not going to win the Premier League, are we? Because we're finishing second place or third.
No, so who gives a fuck whether we win or not, mate? That's the point.
Second and third or fourth, obviously.
Why?
Listen, Lee. One thing I will give you is you're very, very good at twisting things around.
No, I'm using your words, and you're rattled, bro. It ain't my fault you're rattled.
What do you mean?
I'm using your own words.
You're rattled constantly in life, mate. You're the most
I'm rattled constantly in life, brother. You don't know nothing about my life.
You ranting and just.
Oh really? Do you watch my second channel when I'm? Do you watch my second channel when I'm watching Cole Heim play for Valladolid?
Oh, this is a cult and all this, and you're all brainwashed and you're deluded. Oh, I know better.
And it was at that point he knew.
Yeah. But
ain't my fault you're rattled, bro.
European football knowledge is pretty good, and you do
got
have
this
good
guy
football
just
knowledge
rambling
around
over here.
But you're a toxic guy, and you are.
I'm a toxic guy, bro.
Let's stop this.
No, let him land, Dan. Let him land.
And I said it. Listen, we need to beat Newcastle. We need to what? So you want to play for a draw, yeah? And you're
I couldn't give two flying fucks,
I
mate.
want to win everything every year and every season.
Well, we can't win it. Your words.
And you disagreed with me saying that we should win and get 3 points.
Who cares? Your words, and I'll take you on your own words, Marty.
You don't care. You don't care about the result.
I couldn't give two fucks. It's a chore to do the game, mate. Yeah. However, it's my job.
You're not going to
what do you mean support my club? I'm supporting my club by calling out bullshit. Yeah. If you have a child and your child is constantly failing,
I've got 2 of them.
Okay,
thanks, mate.
Cool. And if your child is constantly failing, yeah, are you just going to go? Oh, don't worry. Next year you'll do better.
No, I'll tell you what I'm going to do, Lee. Is I'm going to support them. I'm going to put an arm around them. I'm going to tell them where they went wrong, and I won't shout them and lambast them. I'll support them.
Oh, cool. Cool.
Yeah, and I'll support them, and that actually works.
What happens if they keep failing?
Children that are pretty successful. So
what happens if they keep failing?
In that respect is pretty spot on. And
what happens if they keep failing?
And that's because I support them, because I help them, because I'm there for them. I educate them where they've gone wrong, and I also congratulate them where I went wrong. Even though they're not super scientists or the best people on this planet, right?
Interesting.
But they do well for themselves.
Cool, fantastic, and I'm proud of that. And big up to you as a father, bruv, yeah, because most fathers don't give a fuck, if I'm honest. Yeah. However, I answered your words, your question with your own words, and you got rattled by it and went on a 4-minute tangent. You said we have to beat Newcastle, bro. I couldn't give 2 fucks if we beat them because of your words, we can't win the league. So when you're trying to twist it to say, you don't want to get 3 points and support your club.
You're the one that's twisted it, mate.
Hold on.
All I said was one word. Anything else is unacceptable, and you went.
We're going to end this in a minute.
No, Dan, 1 sec.
No,
1 sec.
Mate, and you're talking about me going off on a 4-minute rant, mate. I've heard you ranting for the last fucking half an hour, 45.
Yeah, guess what? How long have you been on here? Because this stream's gone on here, so I've only been here half an hour, mate. You've been here an hour and a half chatting shit, respectfully. However, when you're telling me, that I'm a toxic person, I'm toxic and negative and this and that.
Mate.
Well, okay, that's fantastic. That's your opinion. Okay. I'm not arguing with you. I'm not arguing with you. I'm not arguing with you. Why are you so rattled? I'm not arguing with you.
Because when I said unacceptable, you straight away jumped straight on me and turned around and went,
because even if we,
what are you going to do with this and all that? You did.
Yeah, so no, I'm not falling out. I want to get to the bottom of this.
Falling out with it.
No. So when you're saying it's unacceptable if we do not win, you'll just brush it under the carpet. That was my point.
Yeah,
then when you want to sit there, hold on. Then when you want to sit there and say, all you do is sit there sipping and drinking and smoking and this and that, and you're very toxic all the time. Well, apparently you watch Cole Heim play for Valladolid, mate. Yeah, and there's nearly 2,000 people in this stream. How many of them watch? Hold up. How many of them watch my second channel? Can the people that do watch my channel on the second one, Lee Reacts, sub to that? Yeah. Am I ranting and raving and screaming and shouting and being toxic and negative? Or is that just when I talk about my football club that I've supported since 1987? Yeah, that has gone down the Swanee because people have lowered their fucking standards. And half of the fuckers that have jumped on this club have started supporting it because of Arsene Wenger and Thierry Henry winning stuff. Now they're happy, not winning stuff, telling people like DJB going 50 years, he's a fake fan. Jesu grew up opposite the East Stand at Highbury, yeah, he's a fake fan. Kenny Kenu still goes, fake fan. Me that's been going for donkeys and gave it up because I'm bored and I moved here, fake fan. Yeah, but apparently we're the problem because I'm screaming and shouting. Problem with people like you is, respectfully, big up Hendo, because I know you're a real one. You're an older head. You're older than me. Yeah? Real talk, yeah? Let me tell you the problem with people that see Lee Gunner on the Arsenal channel on the internet. They don't watch the fucking content, mate. Yeah, they watch TikTok clips and little clips on No Context TV. They don't watch my content. If they did, chat, was I ranting and raving on my stream last night on the main channel? No, I wasn't. Yeah, when praise is due, was I ranting and raving when we slapped Man City 5-1? Yeah, Real Madrid 5-1. No, I wasn't. The problem with people like you is you box me into being the biggest single issue and you have more accountability for me and my views than you do for the manager failing year in, year out. Is what it is. And this whole chat is lighting up, telling you exactly what it is, mate. Stop watching it.
You've completely not listened to anything that I've said about
Listen,
the point I'm saying is he is going to be here next season. Whether me, you, anyone likes it.
And guess what? I'm going to continue saying what I'm saying.
Well, and it is what it is. So in that meantime, it's
getting
behind the club and supporting them.
So, all right, I can't back something I don't believe in, mate. So why would I support a dead horse?
But you don't believe in your club, no?
No, I don't, because this club, I guarantee you don't like the Cronkies. Guarantee you don't like the Cronkies. Guarantee you do not like the Cronkies. Guarantee it. Yes. I guarantee you do not like the Cronkies.
I don't know him, mate.
No. Oh, well, you don't know the manager either. That's not what I asked you. Do you like the Cronkies, yay or nay, for how they run our football club?
I've never said I like Mikel Arteta or anything like that. I've never said
Answer the question.
The point I've said is he is going to be the manager. I'm not saying whether I like it or whether I don't. He is going to be the manager. And that is it.
Cool.
Simple as
do
that.
Do you like the way the ownership of this football club has panned out since they took full ownership in 2018? Do you like the way it's panned out? Do you like them? Forget before that. Do you like the owners? Yay, nay, or bollocks? It's a yay, nay, or bollocks. There's no waffle.
Do you know
yay, nay, or bollocks.
It's not Lee.
No, there's context. There's always context, guys.
Yeah, there is. Lee, there is context in life. There is context. You're telling me there ain't context in life. Life's not always black and white, yes or no.
Yes, it is. Nobody can, bro. Respectfully, if I drop dead right now, and a lot of top gooners would love that, yeah? People to go, some people would be like cheering and getting the party poppers out.
Why?
Yeah, no, hold up. The immediate friends and family will get sad about it. Yeah, but guess what? Yeah, they'll cry for a couple of days. They'll be upset. They'll go funeral and all this bullshit. Ultimately, they carry on their life, mate. Yeah.
People do.
Hold up.
In life, Lee.
Okay, so there's your context. Nobody fucking cares.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Thank you. So why do you care about the manager being in next season or not? Yeah, is what you're saying to me. No, Lee, you didn't let me finish. You didn't let me finish. This guy. Redirect to my channel. I'll do this on my channel when I can speak on my own.
I don't care. I could not care less whether
No, you couldn't care, and that is the problem.
No, I couldn't care whether he is or whether he isn't. I'm telling you, he's going to be there. That's it. Unless something disastrous happens, then he is going to be the manager. That's all I'm saying.
Well, now you've put your face on the internet for the last 6 months or a year.
Are you Arteta out? No, I'm neither. The fact is, he's going to be there.
Cool. Well, I'm
going to support my football club, and that's it.
Cool. Well, you never did that under Unai Emery. Yeah, and the African Goon said the same thing. Didn't do that under Unai Emery. When the next manager gets the job.
Emery.
No, Emery.
Yeah, but you wanted him out, though. I guarantee you wanted him out.
No, I didn't.
I guarantee you wanted him out. In fact, to be fair, he can say that, and we have to believe him because he weren't on camera at that point. However, everything's documented now. Yeah, so when this manager does leave, and the new manager comes in, I want to see all these excuses come out for the next manager, please.
What do you mean, all these excuses?
Well, he's going to be the manager next season. Just get on with it, mate.
No, just get on with it.
Well, that's what you're telling me. Can you see how they twist shit, Dan?
I'll give you that, Lee.
No. I'm using your own vocabulary, your own words back on you, and you don't like it, my friends.
You do have a way of delivering things, honestly.
No, bro. Everything I've said to you in the last fucking half an hour has been based off of your own words. I take you on your own words.
Not everything.
You said we have to beat Newcastle. I thought, we have to beat Newcastle. Well, if we don't, then what? It's a must-win game. Yeah, then we're talking about the owners.
Outside the Emirates, am I?
Yeah, but you're taking it to the extreme. You're taking it to the extreme. Dude, this is what they do down end the stream. This guy's a waffler, mate.
Can I get my say before we close this? Firstly, I think Marte is like, look, Lee, when you ask someone, of course, we want to win every game. I totally hear your point. Of course, the game is freaking irrelevant. Doesn't really matter. I think for me, the season has been done since February 3rd. We knew that when we didn't sign someone, this was how the season was going to pan out. No trophies. And I said that. So I know the league gunner apparently sees all my tweets. So apparently he didn't see that.
I don't see all your tweets.
But yeah, for me, it's all about now moving forward. Like, yeah, I agree. Arteta doesn't deserve another season, but we know he's going to get the next season. So now my focus is just seeing the transfer window and holding Arteta accountable this summer and holding the board accountable, holding everybody accountable to say, hey, this has to be the last season. There's no more moving the posts. It has to be get the striker, get whatever players that you need, and then win something. And if you don't, then people like Marty will not be able to stand behind the manager and say, hey, we can give him another season because he didn't win anything. And by the way, Lee, for you, if you win a League Cup next season, that's enough. For me, if he wins the League Cup or FA Cup, doesn't matter. It's only the Premier League and Champions League that keeps his job next season. For me, otherwise, I think he has to go.
Okay, listen.
But I'm negative.
It's been a lit stream. It's been a mad show.
I didn't mean to hurt your feelings, mate. I won't.
Oh, you ain't know my feelings, mate. I did door-to-door sales for 21 years, mate. You ain't got a clue what you're talking about.
You know what? Door-to-door sales, I respect that, mate. I've done it myself, mate.
Yeah, and I was the best in the country for fucking years, mate. Yeah, and I'm sick of bullshit.
That's a tough gig, mate, honestly.
It ain't a tough gig if you know what you're doing. It ain't a tough gig, mate. Yeah, and people chat shit. Yeah.
You take a lot of rejection when you're doing it sometimes, mate.
Yeah, guess what? Yeah. Oh, I knock on the door. Oh, I'm moving house. Sorry, I didn't see his soul sign, mate. Liar. Yeah, I mean, husband's a builder. Why ain't he done your windows then? People chat absolute bollocks, which is exactly why the internet is a walk in the park for me. Yeah, because you know why? People chat absolute shit, bro. Yeah, they chat shit.
You think I chat shit then, Lee? Yeah.
Yeah, I do. Respectfully, I do. Yeah, I do. Really? Because you say something, then when I use the own words that you said back and use them and put you to account them, you start going off on one, say, "Oh yeah, bro." No, that's what you said, bruv. The same with Mikel Arteta. Mikel Arteta says he gets the last word on transfers. So the buck stops with him. It stops with him. He said it. I'm taking his own words. Why do you think I do a press conference reaction? Because I take his own words on it. Yeah, so guess what? Nobody can come back and chat to me because the manager told you that. That's his words.
I need to hear your opinion because you've been sitting here for a long time and
everyone gets my opinion every day. That's why I like these shows.
No, but I need to hear from you. What do you think about Arteta?
Look, let me tell you.
Dad's getting his new kit at the weekend.
I'm trusting the process. I'm going to go and give Win the Dog a stroke. I'm going to get another nicer kit. I'm going to get home, away, and third kit. I'm going to make sure the Cronkies get my money so they can buy me a striker. No, I'm joking. Listen.
Dan, the third kit looks like the sharp Man United kit, by the way, from '86. But don't worry, our fans are all on their knees for that. Oh, the white kit. Looks like the Man United sharp kit in '86, mate.
Lee, which one do you reckon you'd like to buy if you had a preference out of all
Stop
three?
Buying any.
I ain't buying any from
You've got to say one, Lee. Which one? Come on.
I ain't buying any
of them. The blue one or the red one?
The red one looks exactly the same as last season with red stripes instead of blue.
Yeah.
Yeah. The blue one's shit. Yeah. When can we have a yellow kit, please?
So
Arsenal are red and white and yellow and blue.
If you had to choose, Lee, if you had to choose one,
yeah, but I don't have to choose because I don't have to choose.
No,
that's my point.
Let's say,
I don't have
Lee,
to choose.
if you did, which one would you choose?
Yeah, if Arteta was a good manager, we wouldn't be sitting there having this conversation. We'd all be buzzing that we're in the Champions League final on the 31st of May. Come on, we're doing it.
let me try and end anyway.
Right, come on, get out of here, man.
We're going to try and redirect to Lee. Make sure you're following African Gooner on X. Make sure you're following Marty Ovens on all social media. Make sure you've hit subscribe and like to this one, and you're following Lee Gunner and Lee Reacts. There is a couple more supers, is there? Have I done them? Yeah, there is a couple more that I've just got to run through very quickly. This made me laugh. I disagree with Lee, but he's a legend. Lee Gunner is a national treasure. We've got, why did they not support Emery? Please
because answer. They didn't want to get stuck up in, bruv. And he ain't a fucking psychopath. Yeah, that's mad with his psychology, bruv. Yeah, Arteta's an exceptional world-class waffler. Yeah, and he makes everything sound sexy because the psychology of what he does makes you believe what he's saying, which is why he's a cult leader. Yeah, same as Stalin, Hitler, so on and so forth. They bamboozle you.
Cruyven says the mentality comes from the manager. Xavi, before the season started, said we can't compete with Madrid. Laporta, after that press conference, immediately sacked him and got in handsy flick. That is an unbelievable super chat, bro. Absolute legend.
Fat Frank said the same. They got in Tommy Tukes and got to 5 finals and won 3 of them. 3 in Europe. Yeah, we were sat in 15th for them 5 weeks when they got him in, by the way.
That is a fantastic super chat to end on. Listen, I will end on this very, very quickly. Just because Premzy and African Gooner are shouting at each other, it is all love. Just because Yardman screaming at Marty, it is all love. And just because Lee and Marty have been going back and forth, it is all love. So let's, in the chat, everyone going, oh my God, they're fighting. It's really not like that.
No, Marty's cool, man. He's just deluded. On football. He probably thinks I'm just angry all the time. I'm not angry. Watch my second channel, bro.
That was a good crack, man. That was a good crack. There's a good bit of therapy right there. I feel free now. I feel fresh and ready to go, man.
Yeah, see, I'll buzz you up, innit? See, I'll be a better manager than this fucking manager.
Listen, Lee, that was good. It was a good little spar we had there, mate. I enjoyed it.
It's all about...
Lee, listen, Lee, honestly, conversationally wise, you're on point. You've got a great vocabulary. Honestly, I'm not taking a piss. Honestly, you've got a great vocabulary, and you have got a great way of delivering stuff. And you're quick thinking.
He's a
you're
salesman.
intense.
What do you expect?
And you're like,
that's his number one.
ABC, always be closing, baby.
Yeah, man.
I love that, man.
Bless that, Marty. I ain't got no problem with anyone on this panel. Yeah, when it comes to personal, like when it's football, nah, piss off now. You man are deluded. Sorry.
The great thing about podcasts like this, Dan, which thank you, by the way, is like you get to hear people's different perspectives from around the world, from different facets of life that love and support the club in very different ways, and also have different affinities and like emotion and investment into the club. And it's always great to hear other people's perspective. And as long as you can back your opinion with whatever you believe and you're happy with how you support the club, I think that's all that matters at the end. But of course, we want to see trophies, we want to see success, and that, time's ticking. There's not much time left.
We need to fuck him off in the summer and give it Airport Albert then.
Well said, bro. Listen, big up to everyone. We're going to send over to Lee, who's going live now. So go show some love over there.
Normski's jumping on as well. So make sure you check that out.
Who's jumping on?
Normski.
Oh, Normski. Big up to Normski. Make sure you're showing him some love. I want to say thanks to Mancunian Way, who raided today, as well as yourself, Guns. Both of those raided, absolute legends. So thank you so much. We're out of here, people. Have a good one. We'll see you very soon.
Conky out.
Take care.